please tag and share. Please love the video, tag and share. Hello, hello, hello. What's up? Hello. Come on. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I am super, super excited. Come on in. Could you guys check in for me? The streaming app is acting foolish today. Listen, they getting sis money, okay? You can't be getting my money and acting up. You see what I'm saying? Because when they get my money, I expect certain things. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. When I am paying for something, I expect certain things to happen. Hello, my beautiful sister. Hey, Felicia. You didn't want to miss tonight, right, girl? Don't miss it. Listen, I am so sick of this foolishness right here. Me and Kelly, we got on because anybody that bring on Tea Talking with Theresa, you don't just show up, okay? This is a whole production. You don't just show up bumping your gums and rambling, okay? We're not doing that. So we did a small run last night. We had it all down pat. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. Sis is in the background. She's on the studio saying she's up there, but I can't hear her. She can't hear me. Listen, you know Satan don't want you to be great, but I'm going to be great. Y'all know that, right? My intentions is to bring my sister up here today, but listen here, baby. I love her. Y'all, we love her, don't we love her? Hello, son. How are you, Charlie? We love her, but if I am not able to bring her on, y'all, what we got to do? We got to talk that tea. We got to talk that tea. I don't know what's going on tonight, but we are going to be talking about 50 and waiting. So briefly, before we go there, I just had a little things that I wanted to drop. You know what I'm saying? Because it is Tea Talking with Theresa. Y'all better get y'all tea tonight, okay? Listen, if you don't have a cup of tea, go get it, okay? Because the Lord is my strength. I'm going to need him to be my strength, okay? Because these people are taking my money every month, $25 plus tax, okay? I'm going to need them to show up right if you're going to take my money, okay? So talking about my money, y'all that know me know I don't play about my coins. Listen, I don't play. Hey, Nakia, what's up, my sister? You off your honeymoon? Are you off your honeymoon, girl? This is a perfect tea talk for you because how old are you, Nikisha? Calling you Nikisha. Lord, calling you my co-pastor. Nakia, how old are you? How old are you? Come on, everybody type your age up in here because I'm gonna be 50. And listen, black don't crack, so we don't need to be scared to tell our age. Come on, y'all. Tell me how old you are. Because my sister, Nakia, she just got married. What was it? August the 12th. I went to the wedding. Man, when I say the wedding was everything and more. Listen, I got my belly full. Listen, I got my dance on. Listen, I go to celebrate. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna celebrate my life. Y'all so cute. I gotta get my life together with this hair though. So that things was kind of, you know, acting up today. I don't have blood pressure issues, but sometimes, hey Karen, hey my sister. I don't have blood pressure issues, but I have an autoimmune. So sometimes, my blood pressure try to act a fool. And y'all, I couldn't get my eyelashes on. Y'all know I can't be coming up here on T-Talk with no eyelashes, girl, because they screen record. Listen, they be screen record. They be looking to see, let me see what's going on over here. So yes, put your age up in here because this topic is about 50 and waiting. But before we get to that, I have a few things that I want you guys to do for me. Please share this video really quick. Because what Tea Talk with Theresa do, it gives you a little tea, it help you get your little, your week going, but it also help other people that are struggling in areas that you may not be struggling in, or you may be struggling in, but you have leaders that may not be willing to talk about what I'm willing to talk about. And what I love about this is that God ordained this platform. And the Lord was like, Tea Talking with Theresa, you like to run your mouth. You like to run your mouth, sis. So listen, why not do it a clean and fun way? Run your mouth. Talk about topics that nobody wants to talk about. So I want to talk really quick about rejection. When we hear rejection, tell me what you think about when you hear rejection, right? Rejection can happen in so many forms. And I think that's when my blood pressure tried to play with me today. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all, I have to talk myself off the ledge, baby. Y'all don't understand. Listen, when you prophetic, baby, honey, listen, you got to talk yourself off that bridge, okay? Because if not, it's not that you're going to drive over, but you be done push somebody over. Oh, okay, I come to help. About my life says that I want to let go. But what I will say is this. Oftentimes, people can do things, because we're going to talk about rejection and we're going to talk about triggers. There are certain words that people say that trigger me. When somebody say, oh, that ain't fair. Do you know that I didn't come to the realization until I am 49 years old, when I have come to realize that the word fair triggers me. What you talking about, TJ? What you talking about, baby? Listen, because nothing about my life has ever been fair. Everything that's in my life, come on, it has always been a maintenance process. I've always had to maintain everything. Relationships, maintain. You get what I'm saying? And what does that look like if you're not? I know I'm screaming, y'all, because I'm real passionate. I'm real passionate about this. Because you got to talk yourself, you know what I'm saying? You got to talk yourself into putting the nunchucks back. You see what I'm saying? See, I could do this. Listen, I can do this, and I can literally get away with it because I have nobody that I'm trying to impress. And the people that I am called for, I have to tell them to put their nunchucks up too, because we not fighting in this season, okay? So now people will try to play with you. They'll try to play with you. What they'll do is they'll try to trigger you, right? So one of the words, and I'm going to say this word, fair. When I hear people, like if my kids say, oh, that's not fair. Oh my God, it's something that go off in me. I look at them like, what? And then listen, because I want to help y'all today. Do not be fooled, right? There is good and bad in everyone. So the day that you think that you got it all together, baby, I'm the one that's going to come and pull you down from there. You can see, I'm going to help you so you don't fall from that place. I'm going to pull you back down to reality, because the reality check is we all fall short. Okay, we all have those days. Karen, could we talk about it? Courtney, could we talk about it? Charlie, could we talk about it? Come on. Nakia, you still here, my sister? Because listen, you just getting married, right? And how long the prophetic word went for? I think I talked about that word before I left Connecticut. Baby, listen, and we are 23, and you waited almost how many years? Listen, and then people be trying to trigger you. People try to reject you. Listen, you're going to go somewhere with that rejection, and you're going to go somewhere with them triggers. Because, baby, listen, I ain't fighting no more. Y'all got your tea? Because I got mine. I'm not fighting anymore. I'm not forcing, and I'm not fighting. So now, those words trigger me. Fair. That's not fair. And my 23-year-old, she loved talking about what's not fair. She honestly believes in her mind that her life is just so not great. And I look at her, girl, y'all, brother, I be having to go in the other room. Listen, because I don't want to put nobody in the headlock. When I hear people talk about fear, there is nothing about my life, nothing about anything that I have put my hands on that has been fair. Can I get somebody today? We're going to talk that talk today. We're going to talk that talk today. We're going to talk that. Felicia, do your kids be trying that? Lakeisha, do your kids be trying that? That ain't fair. This ain't fair. That's not fair. But then you got other people that will trigger you, right? They'll tell you about how great everybody else is doing. They'll tell you how everybody else is great. But they will never tell you, I'm so proud of you. Job well done. They will never lift you up. They will never edify you. Because to edify someone is to teach them. Is to encourage them. And it's also to exalt them. Okay. They do not lift me up. Y'all, honey, baby, listen. Listen. I don't need no pity party. I'm about to be 50, honey. I only got, wait. If I live to see 100, I only got 50 more here, okay? And the average lifespan, so because people don't want to have real conversations. I like to have real conversations. Listen, I might see 80. So I'm already halfway in the grave. So what I'm not getting ready to do is play with none of y'all. I ain't angry. I ain't bitter. I ain't mad. Can I tell y'all, I'm better. And the reason why my blood pressure try to play with me, listen, because, baby, I have to hang up on people sometimes. Oh, girl, I got to jump off the call sometimes. Honey, I got to be like, oh, I got another call coming in. Listen. Did Abraham, come on, I'm not honoring lies, but I'm telling you, sometimes you got to talk yourself out of some things because people be trying your gangster. Listen, I'm saved, honey, but I ain't superwoman. So don't talk slick over here, baby. Don't do it. You edifying, they edifying everybody. Oh, come on, I need some reaction up in here today. They edifying everybody. Hey, sissy. Hey, Michelle. Hey, my sister. Listen. It's okay if you was late, sister. Listen, the internet is acting up. I have Kelly Shepherd Watts backstage, but for some reason, she can't see me, but I can see her. Listen, she can't hear me, and I can't hear her. But guess what? I got to still get up here, and T-Talk has to move. So what the revelation is in that is, Theresa, even though they trying to make you mad, even though they're trying to get on your nerves, because do you know people will pick up the phone? You ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to hear this? There are people that will pick up the phone to call you to get on your nerves. Did you know that? There are people, when their day is not going well, they will pick up the phone and call you. They will call you to see how they could get on your nerves. Oh, it's coming together. See, tea talking with Theresa is merely a little tea with a lot of truth. I love how I feel right now because tea talking with Theresa is going to heal some people. You know what God told me the other day? And I shared this with my sister, Michelle. I said, God told me, hello, Sabrina, darling. Thank you for joining, Brina. How old are you, Brina? So the Lord said, listen. The reason why you feel so much warfare right now, it's not that you're not in a good place. But what it is you're feeling warfare because I'm doing some pruning in you. I'm still taking some things out of you because I'm not perfect, y'all. Listen, sometimes I got to talk myself out of sin. Oh, ain't nobody else. Nobody else got to talk themselves out of sin. Am I the only Negro up here that got to be like, listen, not today. You going to heaven. Do you know that's my saying? I have to tell people, heaven, I gotta go. I'm going to heaven. Listen. I want to help you because we're born in sin and we're shaped in iniquity. And we're going to talk that talk today. Oftentimes, people are not able to be honest and say that, listen, I have one foot on the earth and the other one, it ain't up in heaven. Okay. It ain't upstairs. So you have to talk yourself off the bridge, right? Not so much as you want to jump over that you don't throw somebody else over. Or you don't ram them in the back. You see what I'm saying? Nudge them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad, shorty. And they're going over. Oh, no. None of y'all don't think like that. No. It's only me. I know. Is there anybody that's willing to be honest about it? Y'all, I got to talk myself out of sin. You hear me? Because the Bible says that we all sin and come short of the honor and glory of God. And if you got one, bring them to me. I don't care who they are. Bring them to me. And guess what? The good part about it is, the Bible said, rebuke not an elder. I am an elder. Okay? So you want to bring an elder that want to challenge me? I tell them, you're a liar. You choose not to be transparent about yours. But I come for a place of freedom. People are needing to be free. People need somebody to say, listen, I'm about to do taekwondo on them. Okay? And listen, I'm saved, so I ain't gonna cuss. I ain't gonna cuss no more. I'm saved. What? Y'all been saved your whole life? Oh, okay. Hello, Sarah. How are you? So we're talking about, we're gonna be talking about 50 and waiting. But for some reason, I'm not able to get Kelly on the screen. So I'm gonna talk for a second and then we're gonna try it again. But listen, don't let people trigger you, okay? Do not let people trigger you. People will try to trigger you to try to upset you about what they know they've done did. Listen, on Tuesdays, everybody know what it is on Tuesdays, right? Everybody know what's happening on Tuesdays. It's Tea Talking with Theresa. Y'all hear my grandbaby in the background? I've been helping my daughter with my grandson. And she's been doing doubles. She's a nurse. She's a young mom. I say young mom, she's 31. But guess what? At the end of the day, can I tell you, baby, I hope this freeing some of y'all. At the end of the day, I'm going to always go 10 toes down for mine. Listen, I was telling my brother today, I said, listen here. Anybody that come up against mine, they might as well come up against me. Because we a whole package. You not going to act like mines don't exist. And then you think I'm about to play with you. I ain't think to play with you. Listen, I ain't get ready to do it. So guess what? Talking Tuesdays are very important to me. I love talking that talk. But guess what? My life is built on sacrifice. My life looks great, right? It looks like I just woke up like this. I know y'all think I did, but I didn't. There's a whole production behind my life. Oh, you can have that one. Because, girl, you got to speak life to yourself. You got to speak life. Listen, everybody that look like they are happy are not happy. Listen, not because we want to be miserable, not because we want to be miserable, but life is happening. That's why my sister's going to be up here talking about 50 and still waiting. 50 and still waiting. That has to be antagonizing. 50 and waiting. And I'm not being funny and I'm not being conceited. I can't really understand it because I have a husband. And not only do I have a husband, every time I step outside, somebody checking for me. Okay? And listen, I be loving it. They be checking for me. I be smiling. I be cheesing, honey. Listen, because I'm not dead. I'm still, what it say, yet alive. Okay? So sometimes you got to encourage yourself like that. So we can bring Kelly. But I want to tell y'all, do not let these people trigger you. See, my sister said she see me, but we're going to see if we can get her on. Yes, sister. Yes, pumpkin. It's hard out here. Listen, I love the Lord. I love God. Listen to me, y'all. I'm an ordained pastor. I was elected by God to be a prophetess. I promise y'all I hear more than what I want to hear. Hey, Carissa, but can I tell y'all that I am only saved by grace? I have to talk myself out of sin a lot. And that sin may not be big like yours. I might not be changing tags like you are. I might not be lying to the bill collector like you are. I want to step on some toes. Oh, I might not be cheating, okay, like you are. Because listen, I've been in a marriage for 13 years. And I promise you, it has not been peaches and creams. Because I am a hard act. Okay, listen, I'm a hard act to follow. And one thing about me, I like it a certain kind of way. Okay, listen, I elected myself to be a Burger King's kid. So that's why we're going to talk about 50 and waiting. And one of the things I noticed is that people are getting a little desperate and they're dropping standards. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I would do. It's definitely, yes, baby, I'm definitely a hard act to follow. And I promise you, even with friendships, if you do not read the instructions, I promise you, you will roll out on me. Listen, you will roll out on me. I don't know what's going on here today, but we're going to get this thing together. We're going to get it together. Y'all still there? Let's try to bring Kelly on. So the word for me today for you to be encouraged, do not let people make you feel rejected. Listen, tell them every time you walk in the door, so does the glory of the Lord. Encourage yourself. Take yourself to a movie. I know it's tough. It has to be. I wouldn't even know what that looks like. I'm married. And like I said, my kids, my daughter tell you, we outside. Listen, they like, why they keep checking for you? You're married. You get what I'm saying? So why do that? I want you to hear me. Don't be offended. People can see the confidence that exudes or do not exude you. Hear what I'm saying? I'm not judging. A lot of times, people see the confidence that you lack. That's just like if you wear a certain shirt and your boobies, you know you wanted the bunnies out. And now you keep tugging and you walking like, or you looking like poor old me. Listen here, baby. Listen, with my boy head, okay? Slap a wig on it. Put on my makeup. Put on my earrings. Fix what I could fix. With all my ailments, I'm here. Hey, y'all. And stay skinning and grinning. All right? And whether you know it or not, there are a lot of men that are attracted to a skinning and grinning spirit. They love the spiciness. When you're nice and you so sweet, girl, honey, when I say they dance on top of you like Diddy, listen, they will flip on you so quick. But when you let people know, like, listen, I'm going to drop a gem for you. And then I'm going to try to bring my sister back in. I'm trying. I'm going to drop this gem. You are never the liability, baby. You are always the asset. I don't care how bald your head is, and I keep talking about bald head because this ain't got no edges. I'm talking about me. You see what I'm saying? I got the smallest lips that they could have ever given somebody. I got these good old, I got Caucasian lips. I don't know what happened. They was bringing me through the machine. They didn't give me the black girl lips, and I'm gonna have to go get me some of them, okay? Listen, but they gave me the Egyptian face. They gave me the bone, the cheekbones that everybody else wants. So you can't have everything. So one of the things I want to tell you is whatever you can fix, you fix. And whatever you cannot fix, have confidence in it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? So I'm going to be bringing on Kelly Shepherd Watts. I know her as Kelly. I know her as Kelly Denise. I know her as Legacy. Listen, she is a phenomenal woman. She has a master's, I believe, in business. She is a mother to one beautiful daughter that lives in Los Angeles, which we visited and helped her, got her stuff moved in and went shopping for her. So we know each other. We've known each other for about 10 years. I know that she's a good woman, but she's 50 and she's waiting. She is the founder of Gratitude and Rain for Clubhouse. There's so many things that I can tell you about her. She's a life coach, but I'm going to let her tell you about her. So are you guys encouraged? Can I get some loves on this screen? Can I get some loves on this screen? Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us? I don't know why I can't hear you, sister. Yes, finally. Me and you will never fight. Nelly, we couldn't get it together. It was just like, what's up?
Let the list run on.
Yes.
Author, loading, nonprofit consultant, nonprofit executive director. In my younger years, poet, musician. I aspired. Oh, as you say, bald head.
Oh, listen, I can't talk about nobody's bald head because. Okay, so let's talk about that. So, are you able to come up just a tad bit, a little bit for me? Because we need to see all of that. Okay, I want people to see all of that. Yes, you look amazing today. You look amazing. And one of the things I love about us, we have two different personalities.
Mm-hmm. We sure do.
We have very different styles, but we don't get in each other's way.
No.
We don't compete. Listen, we don't call and say, girl, what you wearing? Girl, what you wearing? We will call and say, well, I'm wearing jeans.
Right.
So you ain't in a prom gown and I'm in jeans. You see what
right.
or we're not doing or vice versa.
Right. We're not doing that.
We ain't doing that. But we don't compete. No. And we have we're both confident women, but I feel like we complement each other as sisters. So let's talk about who we talking about? Are we talking about Kelly Shepherd Watts? Are we talking about Kelly Denise? Listen, alter ego. Are we talking about Legacy? Who are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Let's start. So let's start with Kelly Denise Shepherd.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I'm actually 55. I will be 56 in February.
Okay.
So, and when I say 50 and waiting, Lord have mercy. I have been divorced since 2005.
Wow.
I have been in 2 relationships that was supposed to turn into marriage and did not. I desired.
What happened? Don't go too fast. Woo. What happened? So 2005, divorced.
Yeah. I had a husband who decided he didn't want to be married anymore. So, he went gallivanting around and doing his thing. And, he decided he was leaving. And so he left. Okay.
And that's his choice. Listen, what I said, bye.
And so, but it was difficult to navigate because you believe that the covenant of marriage is what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
So, and you worked, because I wanted to leave 2 years prior to him leaving. He actually left in 6 years into the marriage. Divorced 4 years later. And so I wanted to leave two years prior, but I was literally standing in this subway in Manhattan, and God was like, you better do something, sis. You got to work on something, because when you come up here, I'm gonna be checking that. Oh, what did you do? Did you read a book? Did you go to counseling? Did you do? And so I was like, okay, check, got it. So I sought marital counseling. We went to
Awesome.
a therapist, and after 3 sessions, he was like, deuces, I'm not coming back because this man
Oh.
offended me, and he was talking down, trying to degrade me
Oh.
and stuff. And guess
Okay.
what the man said to him?
What'd he say?
He said, my personality was very gray with an outline of black and white.
Mm-hmm.
His personality was black and white with a very thin line of gray, and he got offended. But that's who he is.
What? Because listen, I'm black and white, baby. Listen.
Right,
I'm a thin line between love and hate.
right.
So
If that's
me and
who
your
you are,
baby
that's
daddy,
who
your
you
husband, we might be related. Okay.
you
I
know,
don't have all that gray. I don't have
right.
it for you.
I'm like,
So
if
he's offended about the
that's who
truth.
you are,
Oh, okay.
and that's okay. But I think too, he's younger. I captured the young ones,
Oh, so you're a cougar.
and he
You're
was three,
you're an
he was
auntie.
only 3 years younger, only 3.
So you're an auntie there.
And so, but I never looked my age. I always,
Okay.
either it was someone my age or younger. And so he left, and he was in a serious relationship. I think he was in it prior to him leaving. And so we co-parented, and I think we did, for the most part, a good job at co-parenting, um, making decisions only with my daughter in mind, our
Okay.
our daughter in mind. Never spoke ill of him or anything
Okay.
like that, and moved on. I chose to date. I chose not to date for a year. He was immediately in a
So
relationship for
why did you choose not to date for a year?
um even though I knew the marriage wasn't working, I was still heartbroken because
Okay.
I felt like I was disappointing God.
Okay.
However, and because when I tell you, girl,
Let's
I
talk
was
about it. We
scaring
talk.
away. I was
Listen.
scaring away the believers and the Christians in the Christian bookstore, because I was going in there searching and looking for books to figure out how to save my marriage. And when I would I
Mm.
literally,
Oh, this is good. I gotta get comfortable, honey.
someone told me to get The Power of a Praying Wife by Stormy O'Meriton, and I saw the
Okay.
book. And this lady was like, "Oh, that's a perfect book. That book is so good." I said, "Yeah, I came to get it because." Da, 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 da. And when I went to reach for the book, and I turned around, woman, stroller, and baby, bing, gone. And I was like, "Oh, what is she?" I'm talking to her, and when I turned to touch the book, she was gone.
She
She
was
was
out.
like, Satan, that is a lie. I'm out of here before what you got is going to jump on me. That's She was
Oh.
gone. And I was like,
And
oh,
you was able to catch that in the spirit, like
what?
sis was like, because sometimes people try to make you feel like you a virus.
Yeah, that's exactly how she left. She was gone. And so I'm like, oh, okay. But God sent me someone. God has always been very diligent about sending me messages.
Okay.
He literally sent this woman to my job.
Okay.
And well, he sent a couple of things. My brother-in-law, my sister and my brother-in-law got married in Hawaii. It
Okay.
was I was the matron of honor. There was a best man who was his fraternity brother. And while we were in Hawaii, it was about 19 people and stuff. He showed me my business card. He was like, "Yo, I got this like a year ago because we worked in the same industry."
Okay.
God brought him and his wife and his family, because his aunt was a pastor who then became my pastor at the time when he decided he didn't want to be married. And so God gave me a support network,
Mm-hmm.
because this guy, he to this day, he called me recently. He was like, because I'm your brother, right? And because he's a little bit older. And I said, yes. And he was like, so we were talking about dating, and he was like, so what's been going on? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, so yeah, just you give me a call when you find someone, because we got to check these folks out. So I was telling him about another friend of mine who's older in Texas. And he was like, I don't know who that is. He was like, because you do know I'm your brother, right?
Okay.
So, but God put him in my life. God brought this woman to the job. He was working with me because I got him a job with me, and
Okay.
heaven sent. God was bringing Christians, believers, left and right. I mean,
Was
God,
that helping though?
huh?
Was it really helping?
It was.
Okay, good. Good, good, good.
It definitely was, because I felt like I was lost, and I
Mm,
started to feel like I was finding my way a little bit.
okay.
And I started asking a lot of questions, and eventually that's how I found my first home church. His
Okay.
aunt's church was my second home church.
Okay.
But woman, she came to work at the job. My first case, my director decided to give her my case, so I had to take her
Okay.
and stuff. So we were in my car driving. I'm telling her the whole story. She turns to me and she was like, God wants you to be happy. Do you really think that God wants you to be in anguish? That God wants you to be
Mm,
upset
wow.
and in misery? And I was like, no.
Wow.
So we had this whole conversation, and I was just like, wow. I was a little convicted because this was my first case. This was like my baby, this Italian family.
Okay.
Well, I spoke to my director and stuff. And so she was like, give her the case. You'll be fine, whatever. Do you know this woman resigned 2 days later?
Are you serious?
Resigned. And we were getting really close, talking on the phone
Hmm.
and everything. And literally she was at the job 2 weeks. She was gone. It was like I was like, God, okay, what in the world? Like, what is going on? I'm like, she gave me this message, and I said, she was only here to give me the message. And the message was that because I was so convicted by the divorce. And it was that God doesn't want you to be unhappy. And I was miserable for two years. Every day after work, I went to my girlfriend's house. I would pick up my daughter and go to my girlfriend's house. Then I would go home every day. I'd get up on the weekends, get dressed, go to her house and just hang out with her and take my daughter to play with her sons and stuff. And I was miserable. And so I was like, okay, God. So that's why I chose not to date for the first year. And then I met someone who was like, didn't work after a month. Then I met someone and we dated for 5 years. I would be not surprised if he's not on here and checking out this live. But and we had a ball in those 5 years. We built our schedules around each other. We lived our life around each other. I mean, music, food, what he didn't have, I had. What I didn't have, he had. We just really supported each other. We actually became a board member of his father's church. His father was a pastor. He was a PK.
Okay.
I became a board member of his father's church, helping with some projects, got close to his children, got close to the ex-wife, everything, but um, there was some challenges. And so we had to part ways. It was just
It just didn't really work out.
it didn't work out. And so
Okay.
dating has been a challenging journey. And I'll say this, that rejection, you were talking about rejection earlier. Rejection, every time, I think that for me, when I experience rejection, I feel like, you ever see a pigeon or a bird and they're pecking away at something and they pull a piece of it off? I feel like that's what rejection was doing for me. It was picking a piece away, chipping away at my heart, and it was becoming damaged. And so that confidence, and it's funny because I've been listening to In the Room by Maverick City Music and Tasha Cobbs Leonard. And there's a line in the song, I was playing it this morning in Clubhouse, and it says that he gives you a crown of confidence. And so for those who don't know, I had locks down past my behind I grew those out for 25 years. And due to a thyroid condition, May of last year, 2022, I had no choice but to cut my hair and go bald. And so that was a hard transition. So, these layers, these little dings and nips of rejection and feelings of um, hurt, and wondering like, well, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Um, what is it about me? Because how I show up for a friend, a family member, a date, a husband, I there's no difference in the person in Kelly. Yeah, the wild person, and I'm a different wild than Theresa J. I'm a different wild than Theresa J. We can't hear you, sis. We can't hear you.
Oh, I'm wild, honey. Oh, yes, I'll testify. This testimony service.
Listen, my sister is
Woo!
a whole different
person.
different
So now, with you saying that, do
mm-hmm.
you feel, and don't be offended, because we're sisters,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel you need a little bit more firecracker? Maybe, do you think you might be a little too conservative?
I think there are times,
I'm not blaming you.
No.
Okay.
I grew up, I'm the oldest grandchild on both sides of my family. I grew up extremely shy because in my family, we were a family of children were to be seen and not heard.
Yes, get
And
knocked in your mouth.
I oftentimes was with my older cousins.
Okay.
You sit in the cut. Like, I know my family's history because I was that kid that would sit quietly and listen. I would sit quietly and listen. And, I that carried on that shyness, even though I'm almost 6 feet tall. If I got on heels, I'm 6'2", 6'3". And, people used to tell me, "Oh, girl, you got a presence when you come in the room and stuff." And I was like, I said, "You just saying that because I'm tall," and that's how it was, you know. And Nisi,
no reading the screen. Keep talking.
I know.
I'm gonna whip you.
I know.
Keep talking with Teresa.
I got
Y'all
you.
listen. That's my friend. She got to be in control sometime of you. See, she trying to. I already done told her yesterday during the prep.
I did good yesterday.
You're doing good. You did great.
I didn't.
So now let's finish talking about. Like the way you grew up. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people may not have met your mom. Kelly's mother passed away. How many years have been now, Kels?
About for this December.
Wow, for this December. Now, Kelly's mom would come to Charlotte, and she had to see me. Kelly's mother and I are very similar. Listen, wings, weave, Jerry, what's up with the party at? She was never tardy to the party.
Where the party at?
Where is the party at?
Listen, it got so bad because my mom had me at 19 going on 20.
Okay.
It got so bad that when I was a young adult in my party club days, I went to the Red Parrot in New York City. For any New Yorkers in the room or Northerners, I went to the Red Parrot with my mother. I was like, never again will I party with you. She was
listen, mama be outside. Listen, God rest her soul.
She was the outside.
Okay? She was the outside, okay? All you gotta do is invite mom. Listen. And then so the reason why I said that is because you're very different. And I'm not saying in a bad way, but you're more like calm, cool, and collected. Mm-hmm. And I see Michelle is saying, wait on God for everything. And I do agree with you, Michelle. Michelle's one of our sisters. And I do agree with you. But can I tell you that even while you waiting on God, waiting is one of the hardest things. See, I haven't ever really had to wait per se on a relationship because no offense, guys. It has nothing to do with looks, it has nothing to do with I think I'm all that. It's just that that has not ever been my issue. You get what I'm saying? I've always been rejected by friends and family members. You know what I'm saying? More of the females. But men always like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta like peel people's arms and their feet and nails and stuff out of me. You get what I'm saying? So for me, that's not my testimony.
Yeah. Well, you
So
just
waiting is
very
hard.
big. I realized in January of 2021, I went into a major um downward spiral because
Okay.
Sissy Laura. Oh, sorry. I went
I'm
into a
about to pop Kelly
spiral
in her head
because
now.
I know you're gonna pop me. Um, because I, like you, in New York, excuse me, you,
Like, what's up?
you know, your sister might have been quiet,
But
but I listen, I called it the back pocket. If one was going out the door, I pulled out the
but if
next,
you had a
I
spare coin.
pulled out the next.
So
Okay.
why do you think it's different now?
So that's why in January 2021, I called my sorority sister. She lives in the Gambia. And I cried. I called her bawling, bawling, because we would go to the village in New York City, and our friends stopped going with us because they would, every time they turned around, they was like, these two, man, they're stopping. They're like, everywhere they go, they see people they know.
Okay.
And I would come home, my uncle, I lived with my grandmother, my mom, my uncle, my siblings. My uncle's like, oh, your fan club called, and he would have a list of all the people who called me.
Oh, that's when they had the phone in the house.
Phone in the house, right?
Y'all remember those days?
Yeah, he was like, your fan. He was like, who are all these? So I would run it down. Well, this one was in college. This one was in the neighborhood. My
Girl,
boyfriend.
you wasn't like that, was you? Yeah, sister.
Um, he
Listen, you ain't like that. No, you a good girl. You ain't like that. Listen, you clean, honey. You clean.
I was off the.
What he say? On the color purple hair,
This
stiff
was
with
what.
hair.
This was
She's a
me.
good girl. She clean.
I had,
I love it.
when I lived with my grandmother, I had a friend in the neighborhood. No one knows that we ever hooked up, because that he was like, you walk around here like this angel with this little halo over your head, but they don't know. They
They
don't
have no idea. Okay.
know my business out in the street. In the street.
Right.
My
Right.
business is out in the streets. Okay.
You're not gonna be out there on the streets. You're gonna be where you're supposed to be. So
It was
now I hear everybody there saying, wait on God and God's timing.
mhm.
And the Lord knows best. Pray about it. Fast and pray and seek. I'm being funny, y'all. Seek the Lord. I get that. I listen. I and now listen to this. It's easier to say those things when you're married. I can easily say, wait on the Lord, Kelly, and be of good courage.
Mhm.
Because I have a husband, right?
Right.
Or I have another friend that don't really care to be married. You see what I'm saying? I have another friend that's like, listen, I'm outside, I'm having fun. Listen, I just want a good, steady relationship. But then I have you as a friend that's just like, you desire to be married. So it's easier for people that do not want to be married, right? I'm not ganging up on anyone. I'm just trying to show you something. Or someone that is married, it's easier to say to wait on the Lord.
Well, one of
Because
the
I
things,
can wait on the Lord.
yeah, one of the
Okay, I keep a gangster. I was outside, met my husband at the Dirty Thursdays, okay? At
third,
the what was that? What was that party club?
Excelsior.
Excelsior's Club. So I hear that. That sounds good. The mother boy be like, girl, pray and wait and see what the God gonna do it for you. Uh-huh.
Well,
But that's not always. I'm not being
no,
funny. The
no.
Bible says that a man that findeth you findeth a good thing. So yes, you are waiting on God to tell you that that's okay. That's a yes.
Right.
But God ain't sending no husbands. I'm not being funny, y'all. That's not even biblical.
Mhm. Yeah.
God's timing is his timing.
Mhm.
But when Naomi told Ruth, she said, go by Boaz and glean. Boaz wasn't studying for no Ruth. Okay.
Mhm.
Naomi, which is her teacher, she was Naomi's successor. She said, go on over there by him. Here, first of all, let me get you washed up. Let me help you get your twats together. Let me help you get yourself all smelling good. Let me
Mhm.
get your hair brushed right. So you can see a lot of times we talk about things, but we got to really know that everybody's story is not the same, because mine is not the same,
Mm-hmm.
right? She said, go and glean by Boaz. This is what I want you to do. All the other people, because all them ladies going to be coming out there. Listen, all the ladies going to be out there, okay? But I want you to get close enough where you could gleam.
Right.
And I'm going to leave that for y'all. Go look up gleaming,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
And you're right, Theresa, because one of the things that I'm understanding now, and Lord have mercy, who Jesus,
Help the whole church. We're going to get some help
help
today.
the church right now. I realized I had to do a good old gut check.
That's good. That's
You
good.
ever like play around with your siblings and like your cousins and stuff, and somebody gives you a good old
That
gut?
good old, that one that knocked your wind out of you.
I'm realizing that, and I said this to you, said this to Michelle, that I know that first of all, I've gotten in my own way. I've gotten my own.
Listen, get in my own way all the time.
I've
Listen,
gotten my own way
I be having to go apologize to people.
because my pastor said on Sunday, he said, God wants to give you his best.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I woke up yesterday morning and because I was all in there. We were singing He's in the Room, Maverick City
Mm.
in the room, this and that. And I was praising what, and then I came home, right? And I started testing some things. And I was like, okay, God. So when I woke up yesterday morning, I said, thank you, Lord. Thank you um wanting to give me your best. And
Okay.
and thank you for knowing that I'm not my best, right? I'm
Mm.
not my best. There's things that
This is good.
I work on. There's things I got to organize.
So I like that. I love that. Like,
Yeah.
I get the whole weight on God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not listen. I'm not listen. Don't think they be like, oh my God, she of the devil. Listen, I'm not of the devil. I'm not of the devil, but I'm big on scripture. The
Mm-hmm.
Bible said that a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and that
Right.
he shall inherit favor with God and man. So you have to be in a position to be found. But how you be found, right?
That's
Because I think Lady Shailene is up here and she can contest to that. She
mm-hmm.
had to gleam near the bishop, okay? He wasn't always the bishop, but she had to show herself. Listen, she had to show herself to the priest, okay?
Right.
Because ain't nobody gonna find you. What we just talked about, sis. I've been looking up places and I'm like, okay, these are some nice little places. This is a
Right.
nice little venue. Go by yourself. Don't bring no company with you.
By yourself.
Listen, you
By
got to have a strategy. Because when I was lovely, y'all in the world, baby, I've ain't been saved my whole life. I used to go and glean, baby. And I was looking for Boaz's. Okay, because
at,
this was about her whole bag. So I would go to clubs by myself. Okay, I would go to lounges by myself. I didn't bring no friends because I don't want no Negro that might be looking and checking for me. He got to make a decision between us because we all cute.
there
My
you go.
crew, my
There you
crew
go.
is crew. My crew is crew. We crew. Right, right,
Mm-hmm.
sissy. Right, right.
Cute.
We
We
crew.
we
So
cute.
we're not competing. So
Right.
I'm married. So I say, sissy, didn't we just talk about this recently?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe go uptown. Go
Mm-hmm.
to a lounge. You get what I'm saying? Go
Right.
where all the fellas at. Go during the lunch break. Because listen, whether you know it or not, there are men that will go and have a cocktail in between lunch. I'm not telling her to go get a center. That's not what I'm saying. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna keep y'all. You got your tea, sister. Sip your tea. You ready? But you do want someone that's equally yoked. My sister like lounges.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like a lounge, go where you like the lounge. You get what I'm saying? You gotta go whatever. If you're looking for a doctor, he sure ain't gonna be in the Dirty Thursday. Listen,
Yeah.
Paige and Doctor booty call, because that's it. That's
Yeah.
why I tell my daughter, you a nurse. If you saying you want another nurse as a husband, or you want a doctor as a husband, you have to now go into these areas where you want to be found.
Right.
So sister, I would say this to you: change up your strategy.
Oh yeah. Most
You
definitely.
get what I'm saying to you? Change up your strategy.
Yeah.
And you know what? Have fun with it. Maybe
Yeah.
don't go in looking for someone to find you. While you have time, you find you. Like you said, tell them
Right.
about some of the things we were talking about. You said you're going to get your house in order. Go
So
for it. Let me be
my
quiet.
house in
I'm
order.
going to drink my tea
Make
so I'll
sure
be quiet.
finances is tight and right. Make sure that for me, I was talking to a male friend of mine, and he was like, don't settle. And I kept saying, yeah, I'm not doing that. But here's that good old gut check. To agree I was, because
Talk about it.
I know
Talk
that
about it.
the person for me is going to, like today. Now this gentleman is engaged, but today, last 2 days, I've been sitting in business meetings, and we are strategizing. Even though I studied art most of my life, I'm a creative. I played music, I danced, I wrote poetry, I can draw, all that kind of stuff. But when I got my MBA, baby, I was like, ooh.
That was the milestone. That was
Yeah,
like, yes.
I was competitive with my music. I was a beast.
Okay.
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 I was a beast. Taught myself to play other instruments. But when I went to business school, so I'm sitting there, and me and this dude, we going, bah, 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 throwing the ideas, da, 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 da. To even today, he told Keisha, you don't know what you got over there.
Right.
No, I know. He was like, nah, I don't think you know.
Now, sometimes people don't know.
We was playing paddleball, back, back.
Sometimes people don't know.
Right.
Or we think we know, but sometimes people don't know.
So I know that my true equal is gonna be that dude. That's gonna be that dude that we gonna be making some money. We gonna be making
Yes, I
food.
agree.
You
Now,
know,
do you think that dude's gonna be just like you?
not just like me. I
Okay.
actually more aggressive, a little bit more
Like
not
New York?
cool.
Like New York?
Eh, yeah,
We got code names.
yeah. Like New York,
Tell me minus.
like mine, like New York. No, plus the entrepreneur spirit.
But New York, but
I
I'm gonna say this. New
intellectual.
York bag is right.
New York bag is right though.
So come on, we gotta talk right there. Stay right
New
there.
York bag is right.
New York bag is right.
New
Okay.
York bag is right.
Because when we went places, listen, I was on New York could have filed me on his taxes too. So when you say that, and the reason why I asked that question
Mm-hmm.
is because that's your expectations for
Right.
the man. Could
Mm-hmm.
it be just his bag just be right and he'd be great to you
Of
and you
course.
be the entrepreneur? Because
Of course.
sometimes I feel
I know
like,
what
can I
that's.
just testify for a second?
Yeah.
I made my marriage very challenging and miserable, right? Not so much is for my husband, but for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to toot my own, but hey, baby, buddy love good. Listen, I don't miss no beats. Listen, I know how to get on my knees and pray. I know how to cook. Listen, I know how to do whatever I need to do to keep my man, okay? When they say Zaddy home, listen. But at the end of the day, Zaddy gonna do what Zaddy wanna do anyway. So I ain't about to kill myself trying to keep no Negro where they don't want to be.
Oh
Okay?
no. Right.
But I
Right.
do my part. But listen,
Mm-hmm.
now I was causing so much anguish in my marriage, but for myself, because I wanted my husband to be this elder in the church. Because all these other pastors,
Right.
right? Men pastors and the woman, they're pastoring together. I was seen as this unorthodox chicken out here with
Right.
her head cut off. So I was pressuring
Yeah. No, you can't do
my
that.
husband
Mm-mm.
to be what God called me to be.
Right.
Do you think maybe your expectations are high?
No.
And
I,
tell me why
I
you say no.
I think sometimes I let them slide too low.
You be letting them slide. See, I ain't got no slide on. You gonna
Yeah.
get back
I let
up.
them slide, and
I'm gonna pull you.
I'm being honest.
Listen, I ain't playing with the ninjas. Get up.
Now, I'm not dating the simplest dude. I'm not saying
No,
that.
that's not what we're saying.
They have to be hardworking. They have to be responsible as far as like taking care of their children. I love when a man takes care of kids and is about his family. That's really important. But sometimes I would I would do 3 times, 4 times more and present and plan and all this kind of stuff. And meanwhile, I'm not receiving, I'm receiving zip,
Mm.
you know.
Wow, I definitely feel you with that. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I think just like in any relationship, um, you have to make sure everything is balanced.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you're not giving out more and then you receive it, because sometimes you may give more you may give more in friendship, and I may give a little less at this time, and I may give more and you may give a little less, but as long as we balancing each other. So
Right.
I'm definitely hoping that someone finds you, sister, and you guys can balance each other out. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm definitely hoping. So 50 and waiting,
Mm-hmm.
what does that look like though? I mean, is it like I'm good, I'm happy,
So can I just give
you
some,
know, what
I want
is it?
two things before we go. Before we jump there, just a reminder, ladies, when you see the red flags, it ain't no other color but red.
Girl,
It's not yellow, it's not orange, and you're not waving the white. You could wave the white flag and
please wave it.
exit stage left, pew, real quick.
Keep going.
Get up out of there. Because when you see the red flag, that's it. It's a red flag. There ain't nothing to it. I don't care if it has a print, it's checkered, it's striped. Get out of there. That
Get out of there. So, what are some of the red flags? Because we don't want to just talk about run.
Ooh,
We want to say, like, let's see. Listen, because we're gonna lay it out. We're gonna lay it all on the table. Listen. We're gonna lay it all down on the table. What are some of those red flags that you've seen? And when we say this, what are the age of these men?
40s and 50s and 60s.
And you've been seeing flags.
Red flag.
You a big whole grown man. You're
Right.
big draws, and
Big
you got red flags.
red flags. Yeah.
Oh,
Um, not being honest about who you are. Um, uh, not not be like, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. He was like, who I am to you as a friend. He was like, that's who I am. He's like, that's it. He said, now there may be some things I just choose not to tell you. He said, but I'm very forward about who I am, because I think that's the best way to be.
right.
And a lot of men out here who are perpetrating a fraud. Like,
Yes, let's talk about that. Come on,
and
we're gonna dig in. No
I ask
surface.
you,
We're gonna dig into that tea.
are you single? Then and if that doesn't, and you say you're single, now there's layers to that. Okay, the
Let's
word.
talk about it.
So there's single, because if you're not married, you're single.
You are technically single, so technically he's not lying.
Right.
So now you gotta dig in deep and get
You
the
got-
cavity out.
So are you single? When I ask a man, are you single? Like, there was a guy in Georgia. He was single. He had not dated anyone in 4 years. There was
The
no sex,
flag.
there was no nothing. There was no going out on a date, meeting anyone. That was it. Period. Done. He was no one in 4 years. Then there's some men that they say they're single, but they're still sleeping with someone.
Come on, yeah, come on in the room. Oh, they're bear jumpers, they're bear hoppers. Listen, I said they're like hot dogs in heat.
What do you call it? Hot and ready pizza?
Hot and ready.
Hot
Listen,
ballpark Franks.
sausages.
Ballpark Franks is on the grill
Right.
steady,
They on a rise,
on a
okay?
steady, okay, on a steady. And so then you have the guy who's single but got a whole girlfriend.
A whole girlfriend, but he's single. His girlfriend don't know he's single.
Right.
His his
Girlfriend
girlfriend don't know.
telling people. Now, granted, again, yes, he's single
Technically.
technically,
You're
because
single till you married.
but if he's asked that question, he should say, I'm single, but I have a lady,
Yes.
you know, or
Ooh,
I
love
have
this.
friends that I go out
Yes, Laura. Keep talking,
with,
Kelly. Keep talking.
friends that sis, I got friends that I go out with, you
Mm.
know. Let me see what I've been,
Love it.
red flags. Make sure that these dudes are not out here in these polyamorous streets. Okay?
What? Because they be polyamorous. And, okay, listen. Listen. I ain't no Willow Smith. Tell her you light skinned, but you older. You ain't Willow Smith. Okay?
Right, next. I ain't doing that. I'm not looking
And they be trying to groom you.
I had a whole dude when I
Groom, honey.
girl, he was fine as wine. 6'4",
What?
like it. Willie
Looking good?
was chocolate, and he built thick, you know, could talk, business owner, this and that, and he see me on Facebook, whatever. And
Who cares? Get your life right, bruh.
I think he was setting me up for a whole polyamorous situation.
Okay.
Got this cousin who faked the funk as my sorority sister, but every time in a text message, I'm greeting her. She ain't greeting me back. But yeah, she had a pink and green bracelet. I'm like, you can get that off of Amazon. I was like, she a whole fraud. Then you show me a child who's supposed to be your child. But when I look on your Facebook page, who looks like your child is older than this woman. You this chick with this scantily dressed clothing. I'm like, after a while, I was like,
And they be cracking me up because they be saying this their cousin, their niece. Yeah.
the dude that talks about sex all the time, straight gate. What they say, swipe left?
Swipe left. Listen.
I'm not
Because
doing
Mister ain't about to do no business on me. Listen.
no.
Listen.
And
You take your hot drawers somewhere, sir.
I had a whole dude. Yes, I go on Facebook dating. Met a dude. He said he told just the day before he told me
I
how
have some friends that met people on Facebook dating and
he
married.
gave his life to
Happily married. Okay.
gave his life to the Lord.
Oh,
He gave his life to the Lord.
he did. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh. He gave his life
And
to him.
he was like, "Can I come? Can I
He
come?
done backslid.
Can I come?" He was doing a moonwalk, girl.
Listen.
He said, "Can
Listen,
I?"
we're not gonna judge him. We're not gonna judge him. We're not gonna. Let me tell you why we're not gonna judge him. Because he gave his life to the Lord. But some things are only overcoming through fasting and prayer. And listen, and if his flesh needs some beating down, he gonna have to do some fasting and some prayer.
Listen.
Because just because you give your life over to the Lord, there is nothing. The sky don't crack, baby. The sky don't crack, and the angels don't start singing, baby. What happened is the devil go, "Oh, you gave your life to the Lord."
But wait,
Ooh, let me see.
I got it for you though. He gave us the one day, the day
I'm ready for the tea, y'all. Y'all ready?
on Tuesday, he
I
told me
sip
he
some
like
tea.
Lord. But on Wednesday, he was trying to come spend the weekend with me. Told
But
me
he stayed.
house because I said I don't know you. I don't know you. That's okay. I can stay in your other bedroom. And when I told him that I have a 1-bedroom apartment, he was like, "Oh, ashamed." I was like, "What?"
What?
He was like, "Ashamed?" And I'm like, what do you
What does that mean?
He said, I said, "Ashamed of what?" He said that you have a 1-bedroom apartment because I have a 3-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms and I have 3 dogs.
What? No, he didn't.
Oh, it gets
Girl.
it's
So he competing. Oh, so he's sassy. So he one of them. He one of them thong wearers. Oh, he's sassy in his drawers. And that's another thing. These Negroes out here be real sassy.
Yeah.
You competing with a woman.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh.
It got better. It got better.
Oh, what girl? You sipping tea. Y'all sip some tea.
He said, I don't think, he said, "How old are you again?" I said, "I'm 55. I said, "No, I'm not ashamed." I said, "I have a 1-bedroom apartment."
What?
I said, "It's what I have now." And
the
I
nerve.
Mine. I signed the leases. Mine.
Right. It's yours. You know how many people cannot get an apartment in Charlotte?
Right. Okay.
People come down here to Charlotte thinking they about to live their best life. They not. Not with no evictions.
Listen, I've seen some dudes at the shelter fine because
okay,
not afford to live.
Charlotte, you gotta have a bedroom. You gotta have what you call it, a roommate. A roommate.
Oh yeah, I've met a couple of people who have some roommates. So then this is so he's like, "I don't think you're satisfied with your life." He knew that,
that part. Cameron.
He said, he said, "When was the last time you hit the altar?" And I said, "Excuse me?"
Oh,
and he
no, see, girl, listen right there. See, you should have called me on 3-way. Because I'll help you. I didn't know what he was
talking about at first. He was like, I said,
"Girl, you should have called me on 3-way."
And he said, "Well, I think you need to go up to the altar on Sunday.
We should have tag team that joker.
Pray to God that your life changes for the better because
what?
With your life, you need to get your life right." And I was like,
I can't even drink my tea.
I was ready to fight.
And guess what? Guess what? he's sassy,
Mm-hmm.
and he was trying to disencourage you.
Yes.
You're already in the 50s and waiting, and then you want to throw salt on my injury. See,
Right.
what people do is they know your wound is open. And
Mm-hmm.
what they do is they'll sprinkle some salt on that thing. Girl.
He said, and I said to him,
That's when Kelly Denise should have came out.
let me tell you. Now,
What's up with that, sis?
he was lucky that I was at work.
Ain't no luck.
He
I'd
was
have stepped out.
I said to him, I said, hold on. I said, let's pause for a second. I said, let me
Ain't
tell
no
you.
luck. They better find Jesus.
I said, let me tell you something right here. I said, let me tell you something. You're not going to come to my house. And I said, there's nothing wrong with me. And I said, there's obviously something wrong with you because you are in your flesh.
In your whole flesh.
Your whole flesh, man.
Hit the altar about houses and cars.
A whole flesh, man of God, because I didn't allow you to come to my place. I said, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. You just proceeded to tell me that a couple of years ago you was an ex-felon. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you're into, and I don't know your people.
Listen.
I said, I got my address, and I got a whole crew rolling up on my door, or
okay.
I can bed sleeping, because he was like, I'll stay on a blow-up mattress in your living room. I said, no, you will not.
What?
Because when I'm in my bedroom, I said, you'll be unlocking my door for your whole crew to come through. I said, I'm not stupid.
What?
And I
Girl,
said,
they could have set you up for the gang rape. Ain't nobody doing that.
For the whole train. Yes, Charlie.
Listen, Charlie, try to run a train. You ain't about to run no train over here, brother Choo-Choo. Not today.
I said what I said to him. I said, listen, I was like, you know what?
Welcome to Tea Talk, y'all.
A cut. And I said, and we're not doing this.
The nerve.
Delete, click, block, and delete. That's going to be a shirt, okay?
So now let's click. Say it again.
Click this. And this
click.
Is so I can't give it away, but click,
and
block,
delete. And delete. So now let's talk about some of the other guys you met on this Facebook app, okay? Because they have been very interesting. We won't name names. But we will give character references.
Okay.
What they do for a living, who they are. So let's get some, because this is tea time, baby. Tea.
Should we chat about the pastor?
Oh, let's talk about the pastor. We're gonna talk about the pastor. Can we talk about him? Come on, pastor. Come on, where the pastor at, y'all? It's getting good in here. Get your tea out, y'all. I need you to press some loves. I don't see no love tapping. Y'all can't just be here spectating. Tap the screen. Tap. Share this video. So let's talk about pastor.
Church, sent me the church sign, showed me the family day. I told him that I'm an event planner for Juneteenth Festival for the city of Monroe here in North Carolina. I'm one of the lead planners. And he was like, oh, for real? This and that. He was like, well, maybe you can help me. I was like, sure, I would love to help you. I can give you some ideas. I said, this looks beautiful. You guys had a great turnout, blah, blah. So we live 2 hours away from each other. So he was like, you drive in an hour, I drive in an hour. We met up. We went out to dinner and stuff, and had a good time. Went to his family reunion.
And pastor was really nice looking, y'all. Because everything coming through me, okay? Pastor was cute.
Stuff,
And
not the pastor. And then, he went out of town the following weekend. He was calling me. Like,
yeah, I love my tea hot.
The communication was good,
Great.
And everything was great. And then out of nowhere, he was, went to a doctor's visit because he's an older gentleman.
Mm-hmm. How old was the pastor?
He just turned 62.
Well, that's not that old.
No, it's not old, but he had some previous health issues,
some other health concerns. So what was it, like heart attack, heart?
And he had heart stuff going on.
Okay, so the pastor should be nice,
right?
Listen, hit pastor that chest. Listen, y'all. Listen, punch pastor that chest, get him right.
Right. Good.
Did the pastor just say that? Y'all listen. I'm not Peter with the Lord gotta be like,
man.
I'll be the punch pastor in that chest. Get that defibrillator work.
And so out of nowhere, we saw
I'm a trip.
Later, we'll talk. I called him later. He didn't answer. Text him. He didn't answer.
Oh, pastor want to play.
He didn't answer. 2 days. Two rolls. The next day, I was
Oh my God, I love it.
on, and I don't know what transpired, but we had a conversation about the ghosting. We are too old to be
So Pastor start ghosting people.
the pastor ghost. Listen, I thought it happened to the man because the last doctor. I said, did he have a heart attack?
Listen, Pastor needed to be punched.
About 3 weeks, 4 weeks later
Ooh,
on Facebook.
oh God. Yeah.
Pastor's Facebook page.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with Pastor. Pastor up in the church. Pastor at the breast cancer awareness thing at his brother's church. So I'm like,
Yeah, can y'all imagine our phone conversations if we cutting up on the
man.
TikTok? Listen, Pastor being cute.
But then again,
Woo.
I'm gonna be transparent, y'all, and don't judge me.
Don't start y'all judging
Don't
mess.
judge me.
Let me get them right. Don't y'all start y'all judging mess.
Right.
We all sin and come short
Because
of the honor and glory of the Lord. Don't y'all start that mess up here.
Pastor was fine. Pastor was
Okay. Pastor nice looking, ain't he?
he's nice
That
looking.
was a nice joke in them.
I like a good beard. He was country. You
Yeah,
know,
Pastor was real country, honey.
smart. He could dress. Oh, he could dress behind off. He could dress.
Yeah, I seen Pastor. Pastor was a
Yeah,
smooth one now.
with that milk chocolate brown skin. He still had hair on his head. He had some nice hair in his head and stuff. He was
Pastor was cute.
smooth. OG.
Listen, they be running them by me. I be like, oh, okay, that one cute, dog.
In my face though.
Okay.
He was drinking.
Pastor.
He was drinking.
Huh?
I said Pastor was drinking.
Oh, what Pastor was drinking? What Pastor was drinking?
Pastor's drink of choice is Casadores. What is that? Casadores?
So Pastor drink and Pastor must have a cigar.
Like tequila.
That sounds like a cigar, a smoker.
Pastor likes cigars.
So we're gonna pray that Pastor get delivered in Jesus' name.
Right.
Okay. But you Pastor done made you mad. You listen, Pastor made Kelly Denise mad. She aired out Pastor laundry. Jesus.
And then, but see, this is where these guys are so not thinking, because you sent me the screenshot of the brick sign of your church.
What if you were a lunatic? What if we was the type of people to show up to the pastor church?
Show up to the pastor church and tell the peoples.
All right. And that fact, no, we only have to tell the peoples. We go to the church and we have a good time in the church service. And then they say we got some first time visitors. You know I likes to stand up. You know I likes to stand. Baby, listen. You need somebody on the put me on the program.
Listen. Sissy Michelle was like, where we gotta roll to? Where we gotta
put me on the program, baby. Hallelujah, Pastor.
And his brother's a pastor.
Ooh.
Now,
girl.
Yeah.
What did Kelly say? Michelle said, I was trying to make you the first lady. Y'all, we ain't no good over here. Listen, that's why I love my sisters. We could cut up. And what's great about this is I thought that Kelly was the best person for this live. I was trying to get Michelle butt up here because they have another segment, but we won't announce what that is because we don't want anybody to steal it. But they have another segment, and I'm waiting for Michelle to get her butt up here as well. But I picked Michelle and Kelly for Tea Talk, but Michelle's not ready, and I felt like Kelly was the next thing by herself that was going to be amazing because Kelly have the package. Kelly's not some female out here running around. You get what I'm saying? She's a good person.
I don't, and because sometimes we look and it's the ratchet chick. They got all the dudes. They got put the dudes that are doing
talk about it.
Giving, and and we sit back and we're like, we present ourselves well. We're smart. We're loving. We're believers. We are nurturers. I'm a nurturer. I'm touchy feely. Like a dude is going to know. I have not, praise the Lord, have not been in a relationship where it broke up because of me.
It's always the slickness.
In the sense of I did something wrong or I showed up ratchet and
no
SHITTY or just so raggedy or like that, or because
I love it.
I called some broad that was in his phone.
Right. Nothing like that. But one of the things I do say, sister, is we're not in control of how other people show up in our lives. Right?
No.
Now, once we see how they show up, now it's our job, right, to protect, right, our
Right.
peace and our sanity. And I'm not talking about that. I don't protect my peace today. I'm talking about so I don't swing on you. Listen, because Pastor, you out here playing games, Pastor. Listen, not let the Lord, I'm a pastor, but I show up to the pastor church. And listen, shout everything. Praise the Lord.
Listen, and look, and then
Somebody got something they want to say?
you tell the usher boy, you tell the usher at the back, where the pastor sit, where the minister sit, so you can sit.
Okay, so we can sit where the minister's sitting because we need to sit with the pastor at. So I was definitely saddened by that because to know that a pastor's playing games. Single, so-called single.
Should I land the plane on the pastor?
Land the plane. We ain't gonna say no names, but land the plane. How they do it? Land the plane. Hey, land it, baby.
Last weekend, he came to mine, right?
Okay.
And so something told me to go on his Facebook page. And so
because we do a little FBI is around here.
Inspect the gadget.
We inspect the gadgets. We try to see what the Fiesta got going on here. Because Fiesta wasn't telling us truth.
And tell him how good your sister is.
Listen, my sister, listen, our little crew, listen, it's down to me and Kelly now. But we had a whole crew that do a whole investigation. Listen, literally we have a background check ran on you because my sister's brother is a whole New York's finest. Okay? Then my niecey pool know how to pull up some names. We know if you was a pedophile. Listen, we had a whole group, a whole team. We had a young lady that, we used to hang around. Sisters get ready to date a whole pedophile. We was like, park the car. Park the car. He touched the chair. He want the chair. He don't want the mama. How would they say? Hide your dog, hide your kids, hide everything. He want the chair.
Hide everything.
You gotta be investigative for real.
Listen, you better Google these dudes nowadays.
You better Google them.
I was on Instagram last night, and it was a post. One of those posts about the places that people would not go to for a first date. And when I was reading in the post, this woman was saying like she had invited a guy. She went to a guy's house and he cooked for her and stuff. It was a great
on the first date,
right?
In 23. I
said back in the day we could do that.
Yeah, you can't do that now. When I met my husband in 2011, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
You can't do that.
My husband's house, I want to say our first date was literally my husband caught himself trying to cook some baked chicken. But it was safe then.
Yeah, not now.
It's not safe.
No.
Listen.
You can't come to my house. I'm sorry.
What? And for sure not go to theirs. You may not make it. At least somebody will do a health check at your house. They don't know that person to do a health check.
I don't want a
wellness check.
Live. Let's meet out in the street. Yeah, street with a K. Yeah, I went out in the street because you ain't. No, I don't even want you to know the vicinity. I hated that Facebook dating pulled up my actual township that I lived in because I was trying to change it to make.
And it wouldn't let you change it.
It wouldn't let me change it.
Oh, okay.
Dude who lives, I forgot where he lived, and he was like, "Oh," he said my area and the neighboring township, and I was like, and by chance,
check in, guys. Keep talking, Kelly.
His cousin lives in my apartment complex.
Not the cousin.
He was like, I'm coming into town to see my cousin. Oh, blah, 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 blah is where you live. Oh, my cousin.
Oh, so he was able to pull you up.
Girl, when he said where his cousin, he live in my subdivision. I'm like, oh, shit. I said, I know where that's at. I act like I don't live on this side. I live on the other side. I live over there. I don't want you. You don't need to know where I live. I need to understand who you are because I don't want nobody rolling up at my door.
Don't want nobody rolling up at the door. Listen, because ain't nobody rolling up at your house. So you ain't rolling up. Listen, don't do it. So now we talk about you met, because you meet some decent men supposedly, right? So let's talk about a couple of other people you've met, and you're thinking like, okay, these could potentially be okay. Let's talk about somebody else. Anybody in particular you want to talk about?
Should we talk about
Who you want to talk about? Because I'm down. Listen, I got time. I always got a little tear. But see.
talk about this? This wasn't a Facebook dating kind of thing. Now
Mm.
I was a little shady.
Okay, what you do,
Remember
girl?
New York, and I went to the. I found out that New York was
Okay.
doing the most
Ooh.
mission trip. And
Mm.
so then while we went to a barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
I met someone we grew up in the same neighborhood. I met someone. And I well, it wasn't my fault. It
Uh-huh.
was because I was trying to do the upright thing. I was trying to hook the dude up because he actually lives here, not there.
Okay.
And try to, hook dude up.
Mhm.
I said I will give him my people's number so that you can call them and get a job. Well, he called him 2 weeks later and he gave him my number. And
Oh, wow. Okay.
and that's when we went out to the country.
Right. We was in country.
In the country.
We was in the Pope. Could we say that at least?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be quiet
We
then.
was in the country.
We
We
was in the
went
country.
south
We
of
was out there with the pigs and the hogs.
Virginia. And
Listen,
so
riding dirty.
guy and I started seeing each other and stuff. And for about 7 months.
And why did you say that was shady? Tell me, I missed it. Why did you feel that was shady?
I was with New York.
Oh, so him and New York, were they friends?
They went to the same school, high school.
But they wasn't friends. So that no,
Different.
just because people know people, I mean, like, girl, bye.
So then 7 months later, I went away with the family for Thanksgiving.
I be trying to pull out the tea. So you went away with the family.
Going out, spend all this time with the family and stuff. And then I'm there one Sunday and I hear him and his mama talking about something. I'm like, and I'm talking,
Mama was in the cahoots.
and it was like 6 degrees because his older sister and I went to the same high school. Even though when she graduated, I came in. There was a lot of connections. We grew up in the same neighborhood but didn't know each other. But we knew the same people, all kinds of crazy stuff.
And he was actually a really good dude.
My mother
I had fun. Listen, I had fun with him.
Yeah, my mother really liked him. Everywhere I took him, everybody gravitated to him.
Right. I thought he was like I thought I was gonna be, putting up a pretty gal. Okay.
Right. Took him to work events. People who didn't like the dean didn't care for me at my job. I'm getting invited to football events and this and that because everybody liked him.
Everybody liked him.
And so and he actually did nice with the money. When my mom came into town, we went to McCormick and Smith's.
Nice. Yeah.
With her son Anthony.
And he used to come down here. We would play a little spades and stuff. Listen, we had some fun.
We had fun. He was someone who liked to have fun. Well, at this shindizzle for
what happened at the shindizzle? Where y'all was at? Y'all was at the beach when the shindizzle happened?
For his mother's birthday. We're sitting there and I hear this chattering between him and his mama. And I'm like, wait a minute, he's talking about food in his refrigerator. He lives around the corner. I said, the only time there's food over there is they had a party. So I told his sister, hold on a second. I go in the living room. I talk to my girlfriend and I'm like, did they have a party for his mother on Friday?
And you wasn't invited.
He was like, you didn't know? And I said, no, I did not. So we start playing Inspector Gadget. So she goes digging. We go drop off.
Now, is that his sister?
No, this was his nephew's girlfriend at the time.
At the time, okay.
And so we had to do like
So she wasn't invited to the party either.
She was, but she didn't go.
Oh, okay. So
but her boyfriend did, who's the nephew, and told her everybody that was there. So, and she said, "Oh, girl, the church was there." So I said, "Okay." She said, "Well, there's I hear is obsessed with him at the church."
Okay.
So I'm like, okay.
So now it's always somebody obsessed with somebody. Okay.
So then I remember pulling up to the mama's house one day, and there was this woman outside in a car, what have you. And I'm like, but as soon as I pulled up, he shifted gears and then she pulled off.
Oh, so he got rid of her real quick.
Right. And so I'm like, okay. But I didn't think nothing of it because her left.
And listen, that's your man. So you don't know.
And so
that's your man. Y'all was in a relationship.
Right. Drive like an hour and a half, 2 hours to take his mom's friend home. deeper in the country, come back. So while we're in the car, I'm getting the text messages of all the tea.
Getting the tea, baby. First hand tea. Sip your tea.
I'm getting
Woo!
down to the lowdown. So I bring it to his attention about the party. And he was like, oh, well, I said, so why wasn't I invited? Oh, well, it's just a bunch of people from the church.
See, that's what they don't want you to come to it, right? But they go
Right.
to just some church folk. That's it.
So I'm like, okay. So the whole night I'm getting info, I'm getting intel. So for about 2 weeks, I'm getting intel. I call, I think I somehow the sister and the niece found out that I knew. I get a call from them to come out to the sister's house the week later. They give me the download.
So why they want to give you the download now?
Because they felt they felt bad because everybody thought, like you thought, that I was going to be a part of the.
Right, because I thought I didn't know that there was another individual. Girl, you got to speed this story up now.
I know.
We got a couple more places to go. We got almost 10 o'clock. Speed that story up. Tell them. So let's get to.
I'm getting to it. So then he disappeared one week, like the next weekend, and was gone. But we're texting. He's like acting like he's home, but he's at the beach. He doesn't know I know he's at. So he acted with the woman. So it turned out that his pastor and two of her family for Thanksgiving is the cousin of his girlfriend.
Say it again. They didn't hear you, sister. Say it louder for them that's in the balcony. They didn't hear you.
That I found out that when I went away with his family, I met the pastor. I met the pastor's family, some other cousins and stuff. Well, they are the relative to his girlfriend.
Hold up. So let's clear that up. The whole time, that's why I wanted you to pull that plane in, baby. We need to land that baby. So the whole while, my sis thinking she the girlfriend. I'm thinking she the girlfriend because I'm up over there too. I'm down south with her. Okay. Listen, we driving by, we see the people on the porch. Listen, we have to get to safety because baby, we'd have been caught by the Klan. Thinking you the girlfriend. And the whole while, he got a girlfriend, and the pastor knew
it was
you and him was dating, and she's the cousin.
She's the cousin.
Pastor Dirty.
And the pastor never told her own cousin about me. I was introduced to her, the pastor, and the other.
You better watch out for them family
girlfriend as the girlfriend,
because they be knowing.
They're more.
They be knowing.
They honor and him more than their own relative. And so I show up one Sunday. The Sunday he came back, she wasn't there. I showed up to Sunday dinner like nothing happened. And I come to the like, oh crap. He was like, I thought she was mad at me. So I sit down, I have dinner and everything. And I'm kikiing with the family. And then when the nephew and his girlfriend got ready,
we got some tea today, y'all.
I said, I'm leaving too. And they're like, I said, but I will not be coming back.
Buckle up for safety.
The sister looked like, what do you mean?
What?
I said, let me tell you something.
You gotta find somebody else.
I said,
I like the tea.
Furious. I said, because I sat here and I'm slamming on the table.
Oh, and who house you was at?
Huh?
Where you was at when all this was happening?
Sunday dinner at the mama house.
At mama, and then mama getting mad at you now.
Oh no, she didn't get mad. She said
she didn't?
No.
Mama just sat back like, it's happening.
Because I approached her too, and she said, I don't want my children to be mad at me.
Oh, yeah. So she was caught in the middle.
She was caught in the middle.
That was so unfair.
And so I said to her,
that was so unfair.
Reveres you. I said, but his reverence of you is fake and phony. I said, because this is not the first time I hear that this has happened. It's like the third or the fourth time that he continues to bring SHIT, and I slam the table and lay it on your table, and all of y'all sit here as if you don't smell that this SHIT.
You went in, honey. Listen, you went, why did I get married?
All play.
You went there. Everybody got some secrets at this table.
Because
you ain't had a wine bottle so you can bust them on side of that. Girl, all that was missing. From that scene was the wine bottle.
He didn't budge. He didn't come in the room. He didn't budge. He didn't say, and they're looking like, oh my God. And they're
He
like,
was
don't go,
spurred.
don't go. We're going to talk about it. We're going to
Talk
deal with it.
about what?
I said, there's nothing to talk about. I said, I'm over here thinking I'm the girlfriend and I'm the whole side chick.
The whole side chick.
The
Ain't
whole
that nothing?
side chick.
I ain't laughing at my friend. I'm laughing at how these Negroes, these ninjas, and y'all listen, and I'm going to say this to people. If you have a husband, if you have a wife in 23, hold on. Listen. If you got to go to counseling, if y'all got to go to the doctor together, if y'all got to go, listen, whatever you got to do together, do it together. Because I promise you, baby, it ain't much outside. And these older dudes are checking for young females. How I know that to be true? Because my baby daddy is 67, I think. Delroy, the little high, Angelina, you know Delroy. Kelly, you know Delroy, little high, ready little scissors pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza. Listen, he was sleeping with a little young girl. And listen, he had that good old job. You know, he used to work at 2 places. So he spent money. Them old men that's in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, they looking for younger women. And then when you do meet an older gentleman, you think he has so many options. Because guys, the playing field is very uneven. There is not enough men. Mm-hmm. I know this is hard. Because it's like 20 women to 1 man. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like a rat race. And we're waiting on God. I'm not throwing salt. I'm just saying, sister, I love you. I hug you. Literally. Because it is not as easy as people make it sound.
No.
Because they got a husband. They have a relationship. I have a husband. Listen, I talk junk about my husband. I talk junk to my husband. But girl, baby, listen here. And buddy could think he goes to but grab buddy by his little little fat back in the back there. And buddy better get somewhere and sit down.
Sit down.
Sit down. And I'm gonna get somewhere and sit down too. Mm-hmm. So I really want to tell you to be encouraged. Mm-hmm. All jokes aside, we laugh, we joke, but what does that feel like? Because we're going to wrap it up. What does that feel like being 50 and waiting? You're 55, right? But what does that, be honest. This is your moment. Be honest. So, what does that feel like?
Right now, and you know, and I have one recently, and I thought because there was a connection, you know, we knew each other for some time on social media and stuff. I don't know what happened recently. I don't know. And I'm not, I just don't know. So where I'm at right now is, like I said, I know that there are things that I have to do for Kelly to be her best, for legacy to come out, you know.
Yes. Because I like legacy.
And legacy that I used to be part of a social club to a truck club, and that was my name. And I use it on some certain social media platforms. So I've been encouraged to use it because it's every part of my life is going to be about building a legacy, talking about relationships and being the legacy wealth builder for my family and being the legacy generational curse breaker of my family. Yes, those are the things that I'm going to be doing, you know, out here. I've spent 40 years in the nonprofit industry since I was 15, giving, you know, committing my life to service. These are things that I want to do. So now the focus is Kelly's gonna add value to who Kelly is.
Who Kelly is. I love it.
Who legacy is.
I love it.
When I walk out into the world, my style, my confidence, or I have to give some props to I am Natasha Main on TikTok and Instagram. I go into my Natasha Main. Yes, I am. Yes, check it out.
Listen, if I ruffled your feathers, then I did my job. Okay, baby. I'm her.
It's beautiful. It's lovely. Bring it in. Bring it in.
You got to speak life over yourself.
Right. Speak life over yourself and add value. Figure out what is going to make you be your best you. Don't walk out there raggedy and looking like a mess. And
come on.
strings hanging. I don't want nobody attached to me with by no strings or anything like that.
I agree.
That's not going to bring value to who I am because I got
Yes.
work to do. Ultimately, I understand now that there is work that I have to do out in this world. There are things that God wants me to do because what my sister Sharon from my old church, she said, man, Kelly, she was just like, God doesn't play with you. And I have to realize he does.
Yeah.
He has moved people out the way. And recently, these ninjas have been being moved out the
They
way.
moving quickly.
I said, God, please, 14 days, give me 2 weeks, move them out the way, give me 2 to 3 days, and let me be
You're
absolved
doing it.
anxiety, the butterflies, and the sadness of this what I thought was becoming a place and space of getting to know someone, and it just totally shifted. Okay, so now my saying is, thank you, God, for removing this person, because when I meet them, God, if this person is not for me, get them out the way. Now it's like, God, if they're not for me, I don't even want to meet them. Don't even bring them my way. I'm good. I'm good. I will go out with my sisters. I will go and spend time with my friends. I'll go and spend time with my relatives. And in the process, as I'm doing life, ladies, do life.
Do life, honey. Find some
On
stuff
the
to
couch,
do.
don't sit in that pajama.
Listen, be outside.
Get the do rag off your head. Get the scarf off, or whatever, the bonnet. Go put your good lipstick on.
Yes.
What a plug, my friend. Valencia Cosmetics launched just a month ago, sold out on her launch. Holiday collection is coming out. This is a matte lipstick
I
that
love Matt.
gloss, but it looks like a gloss. It immediately dries like a
Yeah,
matte.
when it goes on.
Amazing product. And go out and look good. We went
Yeah.
out a couple weekends ago, and I just, I was thinking out the box in my style. I wanted something a little different. So people have been, commenting about my little patent leather, little crop bubble vest, and I'm getting into the glasses. I got about 6 or 7 different pairs of
And
glasses
I'm loving it. I'm loving it,
and
sister.
stuff. I got the hats going because when I had locks down by my behind, I could not wear hats. I had too much hair. We got big heads in my
So
family.
now,
You know.
really quick, because we got a question. We're
Okay.
gonna be wrapping up soon. But so now let's talk. I want to talk really quick
Yep.
about you cutting your hair.
Yeah.
So you had locks, you cut your hair. What was the reason behind it? Were you wanting something new? What was the reason behind the cutting?
So I had been diagnosed with hyperparathyroidism.
Okay.
So behind your thyroid, you have 4 parathyroids. It look like little rice-sized glands. So ladies, our
Take
health,
care of
our health
yourself.
is vital. Your thyroid health, your vein health, your gut health, your spinal health. Those things are vital. And
Yeah.
then, because when we get into these 50s, then menopause comes. What I realize now is that menopause triggered this thyroid condition, because
Got you.
for 2 years my panels and screens were negative. Someone asked me to go get recommended I get a vitamin deficiency test. I had
Mm.
calcium, so my calcium was 5 times what no 4 times 5 or 4 or 5 times what it was supposed to be. And so my locks, I literally had to wear my hair wrapped for a whole year because I lost most of the locks on the top of my head.
So pretty much you had to cut your hair.
I had no choice. I,
Okay.
I had to
So
cut.
do you feel like that is a hindrance for you in dating? Do
I
you feel, in all honesty, because all
yeah,
gloves off,
yeah,
listen, tea talk.
yeah.
What's your
It,
feeling towards
it
that?
real honest truth. I've had a lot of men. I, I'm gonna be honest. On Facebook dating, I probably have met about 250 men, 300 men in a 5 month span,
Okay.
communicating or liking my profile, and they're
Okay.
beautiful and this and that. But then when the next chick comes with the hair and stuff, they're going for that chick, not me.
Okay.
They're going for
Okay.
her. You know,
Okay.
even the pastor, he was like, "I'm not into wigs. I'm not into
Oh,
weave."
girl, let's go right there, right, because we missed
But
that
that
part. But
pastor,
when we did our investigation,
in the investigation,
Pastor was lying. Cause Pastor, sis here was down here. It was blonde.
right, and she had
She
lashes.
looked like she was from what's that movie? Players Club.
Oh
What's
yeah,
that? What the one Ronnie? She looked like Ronnie.
and
She
she had
like an oversized Ronnie.
Yeah, the butterfly lashes, and that's and
And
okay.
we ain't trying to dog them, but what we're saying
No,
is men are not being honest.
no, because I specifically said to him, I said, listen, at any point, we're grown. We can have the adult conversation. I like clarity. At any point when we meet in person or down the line, if you find that I'm not your person, then let's have the conversation and so
Right.
on.
But
But
some people, can I tell you,
don't go.
sister, they're not mature
No.
to have a conversation because a lot of times I know that men don't like rejection. So oftentimes, instead of rejecting you openly, they'll pull away.
Yeah, they're
So
ghost.
we have a question. What is the one message that you would say to a man out here dating from a woman's perspective? What advice will you give these ninjas? Or we won't call them ninja men.
Just
From a women's perspective, advice.
if it's from a woman to a man, I would say be honest about what it is you want. Don't
Yes.
don't sell a pipe dream because you trying to, whether you're trying to get in the pants, you're trying to get the coachy. Don't sell a pipe dream because you want to feed your ego. Don't do that, because the reason why that so many guys talk so poorly about women is because y'all are out here doing the most, and then you don't expect that we're more emotional. You don't expect there's gonna be a backlash
Right.
of uh, of these women whose heart has taken a gut punch from.
Because a lot of competition.
There's
They
a
make women compete.
and we
Like ridiculous.
right, we have competition, and not even amongst ourselves, because you got a lot of men out here who don't want us. They're going to the other sisters.
They
They
yeah.
go into the yellow, they go into the white, they go into the brown, they go into the tan, they go into,
Listen, and some of them don't even want a sister.
right.
Okay.
And so, and that's what you like, then that.
But no, see, my problem is this.
Mhm.
I'm not talking about openly doing you. I'm talking about those that are using women as a front.
Oh.
I have a problem because a lot of that is happening. And
Mhm.
it's very disheartening. It's very unhealthy. It's not safe.
Wait, are you talking about the download, dude?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Okay. Because
that's,
oftentimes they real sassy
yeah, that's
and
all.
they checking for each other.
Mhm.
And we out here, we prancing for them, and they prancing for them. Now, if that's your open choice, listen, I love you. Because I ain't here to judge. Listen, sis had to figure it out along the way.
Do your
But
thing.
I have a problem when they know that's who they are.
Hmm. And if that's who you are, then say it, because there are women out here who are willing to deal with the man that is fluid in what they want to do.
Yes.
There are women who are okay with that. So say that,
Tell the truth, Rufus.
you know, say that. Say that that's what you like. Say that you're not ready for a committed relationship.
Yes.
For the men, be honest with yourself that you're not ready for the committed relationship.
Yes.
It's okay. And it's okay that you might have a main squeeze.
But tell the people that, because listen,
People, tell
listen,
people,
I ain't trying to be fine and safe
right.
my whole life. See,
Tell
y'all see how we
people,
turn this my good side.
right.
Look, look, I gotta turn this side. Y'all can see my earring. Say
Right.
what it is. Stop
They,
being out here lying. Listen, you
there
out
are
here lying.
women out here.
Tell the people what you got going
Right.
on, sir.
There's a lot of women that will still date you, that you have some
Right. Tell the people the truth. But
boundaries,
I feel like
married men.
I
So
feel like I'm not. I'm speaking from. I'm speaking. I'm not a single woman, okay? And I gotta be mindful of how I say it, because I am Pastor Prophetess Theresa Holmes. I'm a married woman, but I feel like cheating is a rich man's sport.
well, sister, we talked about this last night.
I'm gonna need you to stop cheating, and you can't afford the merchandise on the shelf. Stay on your level. That would be my
But
advice.
there are some dudes that are out here who are getting that because you have women who are settling for the okadoke. They're
For
settling for
they selling for a Budweiser and a pack of cigarettes.
they're settling for the
Oh God,
what
y'all listen.
the
Woo.
rock gut $1.39 40 ounce. That's yeah.
Yeah, listen. Throw
There,
him a Molly. Throw him a Molly. That girl.
there's women who are willing to
Oh,
girl. Let me tell you
God. I'm
something.
sick of
Half
these
the time
jokers.
when I'm on Facebook dating, I'm looking at these photos. I'm like, do these dudes really, really? And it's the flip for women too.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's a friendship section, and you can become friends with a man or a woman. And I'm
Oh.
some of the women I'm looking at like, this is your profile. And,
Wow.
and then, but some of the men, I'm just like, did
But
you?
sister, you be very surprised, and I'm not saying this. A lot of men. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I've talked to a lot of dudes that may are single or not married yet, and a man is just like they want. A lot of men want you to need them on one end of the coin, but then on the other end of the coin, they want you to come with the whole half thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, where did the balance happen?
There's one more set. There's one more set, sis.
What's the set, girl?
A whole nother set that's looking for you to carry the whole bag.
Listen, we ain't your aunties. Look, what they say? The auntie table, Michelle. You need your rib pass, huh? Go over there to the aunties.
They're looking for you to carry the whole bag
You
because they
let somebody else do it. I ain't got it.
don't have what they need to have. They don't have a roof over their head. They don't have their own car. They have little odds and end jobs. They're looking to get into your place. That's why stop letting these men come to your place, because the minute that they get a little comfortable, they're going to bring their little overnight bag.
Oh, then you gonna have to call the police. Because you know if they're in your house
And
now for 7 to 14 days,
you
they
got
live there.
boy living up in your house.
They squatters. And you know squatters are aggressive. Those squatters, listen, squatters are aggressive now.
Yeah, because the next minute, then you giving him a key or you giving him the key code to your door, and then next thing you know, homeboy got mail coming in. Once he got mail,
What?
get that dude out.
No, baby, we can't do that.
Can't get that
So
out.
we have another question. Do you think you'll find your mate on a dating site? I'm gonna just say one thing to this. I have a friend that met her mate on Facebook dating, and they are married, and they are happy, and they are traveling.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a win, lose, or draw kind of situation. You don't know what you getting.
Right.
Listen, you might just buy the chip and you might buy the brick. You don't know what.
Remember,
You don't know.
we met a couple who was on Hinge. That
Yeah, yes, that's married. We met them on the boat.
yeah,
They met on Hinge.
Hinge, and another couple from Christian Mingle.
Yes, married. So it's like,
It
talk
can.
about that, Kelly. I made my little joke. I had to do that real quick.
Mhm.
Y'all know I'm a jokester. Do y'all know that? I should be a comedian.
The post that Michelle posted, that woman met her husband on Bumble.
Mm.
On Bumble.
Wow.
I think it can be done, but I think that we cannot settle for the okey doke. We can't get reeled into for the, because you're on social media. You people can be a whole new representative on social.
Yes, I am laughing at these
You know,
comments.
so you have to be very careful. I had a woman on TikTok message me one time because this guy was giving her the okey doke, and he was like, "Oh, he wants to send her a promise ring." She knew him 3 weeks. Wanted to send her a promise ring. I said, well, "Sis," I said, she knew me from my friend's live.
Promise ring.
Don't really know.
How old is he?
I said, "Please, if this man asks you for any money, do not give it to him.
Yeah.
The due diligence or that you this."
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I went and did my inspector gadget.
Not the promise. I'm still stuck on the promise.
The what are we 12?
How old are we?
Right. Let some
And
man
then I love how you was already on it, sister. He want to give her a promise when you said, now listen, if this dude asks you for any money.
Well, let me tell you, investigating. I
Oh,
found
God.
file because she said she was British and she heard him on a
Oh,
accent.
yeah, I'm about to be in tears up here.
Ladies, get out here and figure out. You need to know what a British accent sounds like, a Caribbean accent, a Nigerian accent. Can you get your accents together? Let me tell you something. I yesterday was messaging me.
Yeah, I am having a good time on
And
Talk. My sister
mentioned
bringing that
that he
tea.
was from Brazil. And I said,
Mm.
oh, okay. Now I'm from New York. So New York is the melting pot. I know people from all over the world. And
Yes,
so,
yes.
and I love culture. I
In
love,
Florida too.
so I study a lot of other cultures. So I said, oh, you speak Portuguesa. You speak Portuguese. And so he was like, yeah. So he wanted to call me on this app. So I was like, okay, fine. So he called me on this other app,
Oh,
whatever. Bruh, he was talking, and I'm like,
I'm sorry. Keep going.
I said, I said, that's not a Brazilian accent you have.
Oh, he was fake.
Girl, a whole Nigerian. He
Listen,
was still trying
and
to
that's why I started laughing because Pam said, "Are you ever afraid of being catfish?"
you don't, Pam, they messed with the wrong one. They messed with the wrong one. I am a Nigerian connoisseur. Okay.
Woo!
I my friend,
Listen, we
I
know the African. Listen. We love African food. We like African music. We
I'm
love African people.
on
We trying to get on. We trying to get on the trip going to Africa. Okay.
right.
So you gonna stop trying to be foolish over here, mother, because
I
we know you's not African.
I
Okay.
modeled 3 years for a Nigerian fashion company.
Woo!
I worked
Yeah.
there with
I
for a
have enjoyed this tea talk. This is
I
saving my life
seen
today.
every Nigerian movie that's on Netflix right now. And I watch Nigerian, I watch the
Yeah,
new,
she love African movies,
right.
y'all.
I watch
Listen,
the,
I can't be fooled over Kelly have me sitting there
I,
watching African
I
movies
know
all night.
I've had Nigerian actors message me on TikTok, Instagram, uh, Clubhouse, wherever, telling me that they're the actors. No, why would this dude is wealthy? Why would he be on Instagram trying to get a date?
Right.
Are you for real? No,
You
we.
not, and they thought you didn't know that they was catfishing.
Oh, I had one dude send me a picture, and he is this big.
Girl, listen.
Oh, I don't. They like I don't remember his name, but he's a big time actor, former actor who's now a politician. So I go
Oh,
scrolling through the guy's picture, and I'm like,
oh God.
"That's Peter Obi. He was the presidential candidate of Nigeria."
Oh God.
Okay, so I said, listen, dude. I said, you found the right one here. I said,
Oh,
I don't know who
y'all know I am
you
over
are.
here
I
crying
do this,
because
Peter.
people are getting catfish in their 50s.
Right. And these men are in their 50s. I said, I don't know who you are. I said, but I said, I'm not, I said, I'm not this
Oh God.
the stupid American. Sorry,
Listen.
wrong one. And so the dude last night, and ladies,
Oh
let me
God, that was so funny.
there's a new component to catfishing.
What is the new component? The AI?
Oh, yes,
The
yes,
AI. Because
that's
you
what
could put anything in your
that's right.
hand. You
That's
could
what
listen. I could put myself in a whole nother country on
yeah,
a picture.
yeah.
AI is dope. A lot of people pictures you see, a lot of the influencers, those are not their pictures.
No,
What they do is they put their face and AI creates a whole new thing for them.
the guy,
Because
so he said, I'll video call you
I'm
right.
about to get me one.
He said, I'll video call you right now. Well, the mouth was moving, the eyes were going back and forth and stuff, but it looked so artificial. And then all of the picture just, I said, why are you moving around so much? I already knew the gig was up.
Oh, so okay, so basically he was on AI on the video.
He was doing
Like the okay. So every time he moved, you would see things was
right.
distorted.
What
But
happens is it
mhm.
looks like they're able to take a picture, and the picture, because they fish it through an app, so the
Yes.
picture becomes sort of AI, because what I saw was the
And you
edge.
be looking good.
I
I could add teeth. You see how my teeth are missing? I could
Girl,
add teeth and
I
everything.
saw the edge of the photo. He
Mm.
was moving around too much, and I saw the edge of the photo, and I was
You
like,
like, ain't nobody got time for you, sir. Because Pam wanted to know what AI was. It's artificial intelligence. So basically, you have to be really careful with people, their pictures,
it's
even video
computer.
calls. People could literally video call you on AI with the AI app, and they are not who they appear to be. And I will say this to Pam because Pam asked a question. Yeah, I was over here dying laughing
Damn, I'm gonna
because
drop.
I know grown women that have been catfished in their 50s. I mean, I'm just, you
Thousands,
gonna let a man catfish you and you in your 50s. You ought to be catfished.
thousands of dollars. Women. Oh, I have a friend in Durham who's
Hey,
somebody
mother. Mm-hmm.
who I happened to I met. He was the first guy I met on Facebook dating. I recently we lost contact. I recently got a two friend requests, two like requests on Facebook dating with his pictures, different names. So I messaged him. I
Hey,
said,
mom.
I know we haven't. Hey, Mother Nella. I knew that. I said, listen. I shot him the pictures. I said, somebody's using your photos. He was like, call me. He told me about a whole story about another Liberian woman who got catfished by a dude. She never was on video call with the guy. She spoke to him audio, and her sister listened to the guy. She was like, sis, this guy is not Liberian. He's Nigerian.
Right.
He,
Is really a catfisher. I'm
he said,
telling you.
he was like, he's,
There's a group of them
yeah.
that sit behind a computer.
Mhm. And they
Computadora, for those that speak Espanol. And listen, they playing with y'all, especially what they do. They go for women in their 50s and older because they think we're desperate.
and these guys are
Okay.
in their 30s.
It's a whole team of them jokers.
Yeah.
Because
And
I had, I'm sorry, Kelly, one second. I've had a gentleman that a family member told me that they were in a relationship with. That gentleman's picture ended up in my inbox asking me, was I single? And I'm saying to myself, but they go with him. They get ready to marry he. And the whole time, he a dang on robot.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened with this guy? So the sister said, I know this guy. He's in a Liberian group I'm in.
Yes, gaslighting, sister.
And because he cooks and he goes live. And
Mm-hmm.
so she found his profile and messaged him, and he happened to be online. So he was like, please call me on Messenger. So they called her, and they got the guy on another phone. And so the woman was engaged to marry him, sent him goo gobs of money,
All that money.
all
Listen.
this money. And so she was like, you're lying. I have the real guy whose picture is right here. I'm looking at him talking to me. He's not a robot. He's live. My sister knew who he was, and this and that. And the guy had to confess. The guy was,
Right.
I really love you. And he sent his real picture and stuff. And he was Nigerian. And I'm just like, I said, yo, that's crazy.
And I see a lot of that, like the African Nigerians, they real slick.
And
Y'all
you
don't mean no harm. Them ninjas,
know your
listen,
accents, ladies.
them ninjas looking for a meal ticket, okay?
Brazilian.
Listen,
Brazilian
listen.
accent is very singy songy. I said, brother, you are Nigerian. He was like, what
Okay.
you know about Nigerian? And when I started running down, I said, I have a friend right now that lives in Abuja. I said, I have some other friends from Niger State. I said, I have a friend that lives in from
And you
River,
sounding like
who lives
you
in the
from
UK. What you talking about? I had a guy who said he was Bolanle Nina Lowo. I said, that's a Nigerian actor. I said he was in this movie, this movie, and this movie. He was like, oh no, but that's really me. I said, lies you tell.
stop you lie the lies you tell on a good day. So we're gonna wrap it up. Michelle is so silly, y'all. I really, sister, you have exceeded my expectation. We have to do this again. Like, I love this because I feel like this conversation has really brought out legacy.
Legacy.
I love legacy. She's branding, that's her branding name. Legacy. Um, Follow her. She's gonna tell you her platforms, but I want to tell you thank you. You have like exuded my expectations. Listen, I was like, okay, me and Kelly ain't gonna be up here long. And I know Kelly gonna say what she gotta say. We out. Girl, when I say you are one of the most, you are the funnest one I've had yet. So it would be boom, it would have been boom, then it would have been Ebony, right? Etta, and down in that list. But girl, you done went to the top of the list for fun. When I say single women,
Single women.
come on. Single men, come on. I'm trying to get my niece up here, Star Hill, and I'm trying to get her up here because she's young and she's single and she's beautiful and she's mouthy. Listen, so we could talk that talk. So really quick, tell them really quick, Kelly, in 5 seconds, because I got to go get to a little Tunk up there. He
My
giving Buddy the business and he have to go to work. Tell us a little bit about Legacy. Like, tell us what you're doing, and we're going to shut this down.
So, Legacy Rain, RAINE, is going to be my new alias. Um,
Nice.
Rain is a motivational speaker. Legacy Rain is a author loading. I have quite a few books in queue, and Legacy Rain is the founder of Gratitude Plus Sign Rain. We're on Facebook. Join our group. It is free. I mean, it's a public. I'm sorry, it's a public group. Motivation, inspiration, everything we do, everything Legacy Rain will be doing is motivation, inspiration. It's about helping women 45 and over getting into their best selves, their best life. Um, just meeting and greeting people. I can be found on Instagram at I am Kelly Denise. I can be found, and that's KELLYDENISE. On TikTok, it's legacy underscore Coach KD, and I'm on TikTok, and Facebook is Kelly Shepherd Watts. Shepherd like it's spelled in the Bible, not the way Black folks spell it, Shepherd, but it's spelled the way like a sheep herder. And so you're gonna be seeing content. I have content that's old. I did Facebook Lives for 2 years. I've been on Clubhouse. I, doing gratitude rooms every morning. It's Gratitude and Rain. It's a safe space and a safe place where we tithe our time, giving honor to God, in sharing what we're grateful for, and sharing our rain report, RAIN. That is your testimony of God's blessing in your life. And we are no umbrella zone because we believe that God is going to be pouring out the blessings. He wants us to have everything, not a little bit, but everything. His grace is a gift, and he wants us to have an abundant life. And so please, 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 please follow me, join me. This is not going to be the last time. Might be the first time, but not the last time that you have seen Legacy Rain. And look forward to children's books. I have some Christian books coming out. I have in May is Mental Health Awareness Month. If you are in the Queen City, there will be a panel discussion I'm excited about on mental health, and it's going to be a particular focus, and we're going to slide into health, and particularly for women over 50. But it does not absolve the women who are under 50 from not being there, because I want you to be prepared to be in your best, to be your best, to be what God wants you to be. When you hit 50, 50 is the most pivotal time in your life, because you have spent all those years figuring out who you are. Now it's time for you to lead your best life after 50. And I want to know your story, because there is a women's anthology book also coming in 2024 for women over 50 on how you have walk that walk to get to your best life. And I am so excited to be here with my sister T, talking with Theresa J, and all of you, her followers, her friends, her family, her sisters, her children. And she probably went to go check on um, me and Pamela Barclay right there. We are the godmothers of Kylo Cash. That's my little stinkaboo. And yeah, she went to go check on the deacon, because the deacon might have been up there cutting up and tearing up the place. And oh, thank you, Ty. Come on back every Tuesday, 8 p.m. and see my sister T talking with Theresa J. And again, you can find me on I am Kelly Denise on Instagram, legacy underscore Coach KD on TikTok, and
Yeah.
Kelly Shepherd Watts, Shepherd spelled like in the Bible. So if you don't know how to spell it, go check your Bible. Check your
Go
Bible.
get your Bible.
Your Bible. Kelly
Okay.
Watts, or go onto Theresa's page and you can search for me. I'm the lady with the bald head. And yeah, just follow me. We're gonna have some fun, and there's gonna be some things coming into 2024. Check me out. Check me.
Yes, thank you guys. Listen, I have to say this again. Kelly is correct. We had to make sure that my grandbaby was all set. My husband, he has to really be up and out at 3 in the morning. And my grandbaby, he just he won't let my grandbaby stay up there by himself and do his own thing. Kelly, no, I got Kylo trained, baby. Listen, here's a bottle, here's this, here's that. Kylo, he doing his own thing. And my
Right.
husband is so protective. He's that papa. So it's like, okay, honey, well, you got to give him this, give him that, you know. So we did have to get Kylo situated. But I was just telling Buddy as we were on mute, I said, Kelly exceeded my expectation. And
Oh,
my husband said, oh my God, sis was laying them jokers out there. Okay. Karen, I thank you again for joining. I know you guys have so many other things that you could have done with your time.
thank thank you, thank you.
I listen, I thank you guys for continuously supporting and sharing. Listen, I need to hear from you women. Listen, men, Ty, I would love to bring you on this platform. We could talk about some things and just kind of really just really talking, not judging people, but kind of letting this platform be a platform for healing. We're gonna laugh, we're gonna talk about it. Listen, we're gonna drag a little bit, drag you a little, but we're gonna bring you back to a place of healing because
Mhm,
that's what Tea Talking with Theresa J is all about. So,
mhm.
can you guys do me a favor? Share this video. If there's any video that you ever have up or flyers or whatever, I will do the same. I'm big on that on TikTok. Follow me.
Same
Tea
here.
Talking 2. If you follow me, I'll follow you. No G and Tea Talking 2. I'm
Mhm.
big on that. You follow me, I'll follow you back. Okay. We're gonna say goodnight. We're
Yeah,
gonna say goodnight. Could you guys please share this video? I see like 13 people up here. So no, 15 people up here. So that means I should have 15 shares. And make it public, guys. Listen, in this season, let's encourage one another, sisters, brothers. Let's encourage one another. And like I said, Ty, I am looking for some men to come on this platform. I don't seek to drag anyone. It's just that I've had some option of men, but I think they think that this is some kind of like something. They don't play games with their life, but they want to play with my life. Kelly is my sister, but Kelly will tell you I do it very professionally. Tell her, Kelly, you're not just jumping on the
Mhm,
broadcast. We actually, last night, I showed her how to get on the app. It's
mhm,
a whole process.
mhm.
I need to see your lighting. I need to see what's behind you.
Let me
Because
get
listen,
here.
listen, tell you what you're going to wear. I need, because listen, this is important to me. It may not be important to you, but
Mhm.
it's important to me.
Right.
So if I'm going to bring you on my broadcast, don't think the day before you're going to send me a picture of you and we just going to throw it up there because it's nothing. The same way you don't think you thirsty, ain't none thirsty about me either, baby. Because
Mhm.
I could do a whole tea talk by myself. I got a few books in me. So I'm putting that disclaimer out there. If you're gonna get on, because I find that the men back out, especially when things don't go their way, they have tantrums, they back out. So I'm looking for men to really get up here and really, really speak out. Because listen, we want to hear from you too.
Yes.
But there's a way to do things. And
Mhm,
you're not just coming up here rambling because this is not about you. The same way you think you a showstopper, I know I am too. So
mhm.
we're done with that. I'm gonna move on. But that is my disclaimer. Next week, honey, we will have my sister Lindsay and her husband. I am so super, super excited because I've been reaching out to women and men that are married and I haven't gotten any really good response with married people. I think they think that I'm going to drag them. It's not even about that. It's about
Right.
this platform is about healing
Right.
and just good vibes, understanding like this is what people are actually going through. This is what it actually looks like to be married in 23. This is what it actually looks like to be married for 30 something years to this joker. You know what I'm saying? Or me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
The one time if you guys will get me and my husband, we will chit chat. But
Mhm.
next week we have Lindsay, my sister Lindsay, and her husband. We coming up, and then the week after that, I did have a brave, brave sister, Apostle Martina Echoes, and her husband Bishop Echoes. They
Oh,
will be coming up here, and what I love about them too, they love the Lord. But listen, they're dating. They're dating one another, and I love it because what God gave to me is that even leaders are watching Tea Talking with Theresa and
mhm.
they're getting their life back. They're getting the romance back into their relationships because
Oh,
whether you know it or not, the one that me and Pastor Jerome made, where I said, you better date your husband or somebody else will. I've had leaders reach out to me and say, thank you.
mhm.
Thank you. I'm going to date my husband. Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
getting ready to date my wife. So
look, I get mine. Ooh,
listen, you better date them. And so Tea Talk with Theresa is really, really saving lives, even though you don't think it is, but it is. It is, because everyone that watches the replay is saving lives.
right.
Because anything that God is in, it's going to flourish.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to be done.
Hey sis, can I?
Amen. Already done. Yes. And Karen, I would love to have you on Tea Talk, that we could talk about your business and we could talk about what that looked like. I want to talk about your move from Connecticut to Atlanta. What did that look like? What does it look like now? Your business endeavors. I would love to bring you on Tea Talk. I'm not here to drag anyone, but just kind of bring some light to people. Kelly, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I wanted to say last thing too. Even though we shared this topic in with a lot of fun and joke and things, I just want to just end stating that it is a serious matter,
Yeah.
and people really are just looking for love. I shared my stories in a comical way because if I didn't share it in that way, I would have been sitting here crying in tears.
Right. And we ain't taking out no tissue today.
They
We
have
ain't crying today.
tears. They have. I've cried to Theresa is the ugly cry. You
It's
know.
okay.
You know.
Listen, because I get the ugly cry too when I'm mad about something.
Because I've do a lot, and I'm just trying to, I show up. I treat people how I want to be treated,
Yes, absolutely.
and I don't always get that back. And I didn't, and by no means was I trying to bash anyone. I want all of us to win, men, women, to win, and I want people to be better, so you can do better, so that you can show up right for people in this world. It's not fair to do to just come up. I forgot what the six P's are, but just to come up pissy and poor in the way that you present yourself.
I love it. Oh, girl. Kelly, you got to start you laughing again, okay? Not
Just
the 50 and
yeah,
4.
pissy and poor. Don't do that. Just be honest. And if people can't take and handle your honesty, then they didn't mean to be in your life anyway.
Yes.
Give people honesty because people have the right to choose whether
Yes.
deal with you whether they want to deal with you, whether they're not sure, or whether they're like, no, sorry, not doing it. They have a choice.
I
Don't
do agree.
force people into and sell them a pipe dream so that they can hang with you long enough for you to take advantage, because that's what you're doing.
This is good.
You're taking
Ooh,
the people when you don't show up in your authentic self, and we are
yes.
too daggone old to
Too
not
grown.
our authentic or in our
Too
authentic
grown.
self. It's not cool. It is not cool. And I'm not taking it. I'm gonna start taking people down, cutting them off at the knees.
Listen, cutting them down from
Because
me.
that I again, when my pastor said that on Sunday, that God wants me to have his best, I want his best, and I'm about to get Kelly together better than I'm already present myself out in the world, because I don't present myself shabby out in the world, but it's gonna be coming out polished and shining and bling blinging, and I'm not, and it's not about the material things. It's about who I present myself and how I show up, because when you don't show up right, you're getting cut real quick,
Right. Because they'll cut you.
because they'll
They'll
cut you.
cut you.
Actually, even better, because I'm showing up right, God won't even show me that person. Okay? God is going to cut it off at the empath.
Cut it off.
Impasse.
Cut it off.
He's going to
Yes.
cut it off because I did the work. Faith without works is dead. If I believe that he's going to give me what my heart's desire,
Come
because
on. Testify then.
what I
Prophesy.
then he's not going to show me no raggedy dude. He's
Right.
not gonna show me no mess. And when I least
Mm-mm.
expect it, I'm going to find who is supposed to be for me. I'm not going to find him. Rather,
Well, I know what you meant. He's going to find you're going to be in position.
I'm going to be in
You're
position
going to
for
be
the right person
potential.
to find me. And it's going to blow my mind, because I know what I know. And I've told some dudes this: when I look down that aisle and I look at my husband to be down the aisle, I know I'm looking at the love of God. That's it.
Come, are you about to
You
preach?
better be
Girl, you preaching that. Listen, we went from cutting up to preaching. You better go ahead then. You better walk heavy, evangelist.
What? I better be looking at the love of God, because I know
What? The whole love of God. And people need to be honest
honest.
and stop lying. And I'm going to just say this: honesty. Because when I met my husband, a lot of people don't know I had a long distance relationship that I was in Connecticut to a really awesome dude. Keith Thomas is a very awesome dude, awesome stand up man. You couldn't ask for anything different. It was a great guy, right? Dapper Dan, dress, laughter, fun, all of that. But he wasn't present. He wasn't here. And he said he wasn't moving to North Carolina. And prior to meeting him, I was already moving. I was already in a process. It was like a year's process. So when I moved here, I was still dating Keith. Keith was still helping me from there. He was coming here. I was going there. I was either getting on the bus, the plane, driving, meeting him. And it's so crazy because I met my husband while I was still dating Keith, right? Me and Keith was going to the casino, and Keith had bought tickets. Somebody was at the casino. Some artist was at the casino, and he bought the tickets. And I mixed up my transportation date. Oh, it was just a mess. And I ended up not going. And then at that point, it was like, okay, I was going to tell him while I was there. And then at that point, I was like, okay, you got to be honest. But I told my husband already knew what it was. And this is what I'm doing. And this is who I'm with. I've never talked down on Keith. Keith was a great guy. My husband and Keith ended up meeting and being real cool, right? That's a whole nother story. That's another tea talk, y'all. But I was honest with my husband. So my husband made a decision to choose. So like everything concerning my life, my husband already know. Nobody could come to my husband and be like, oh, let me tell you, buddy, did you know Theresa was da, da, da? He gonna be like, oh yeah, I knew that. You go to my husband, oh, you know this? Oh yeah, I know that. I know that too. Because I was very honest and very transparent with my husband. And my husband's a very nosy individual. So like my husband's type of person, he'd creep up the stairs, ear to the wall. And he said, honey, is so-and-so going on? I go, yeah. His whole throat dropped down. You asked? But I was honest. And he was able to make the decision. So Kelly, we're going to wrap it up. Any
Yep.
last things?
Oh, that's it, sissy.
That's it. So be honest. Stop out here with all this lying. You know you got somebody and you're dating, because guess what? There are men that are just dating. They want to get to know you. And yes, I'm okay with the coffee date. It took me a lot of understanding of the coffee date. I was like, oh, these Negroes just being cheap. But no. How about we go for coffee so you don't waste my time and I don't waste yours.
There you go.
See, sister Michelle, I was listening. Let's wrap it up. So it's wrapped up. We say good night. You will see Legacy again.
And again.
You will see her. Yes.
Bye, everyone.